Your genitalia.
Show me your genitals. Your genitals. Don't show me your genitals. It's okay. Unless you really want to.
I'll show them to you.
Has to be consent.
Would anyone like a water too?
Yes.
Before we start?
I'll have water.
Water for me too.
Yo también.
Sparkling or
So much
or
beverage
still?
work, Joey.
Sparkling or still?
We gotta like
Still
somehow
for me.
fit them into the episode. All these sponsors.
Liquid Death, official sponsor. I've shouted them out a bunch. Would you
Whoa.
like sparkling or still?
Still, I got enough bubbles in my stomach right.
Murder
Mario?
your thirst.
I'll have bubbles. Thank you, thank you.
Not bad. I am ridiculously full right now.
I can't.
Oh,
I don't want to talk
Me
about
too.
food for the next couple of days.
He says that, but wait about 4 hours. He'll be ready to go again.
back to Ace. Let's go back. Another official sponsor of the podcast.
close?
9 o'clock.
We know that.
Yeah, we know.
I just want to hear
Cheers
from
or
them.
Liquid Deaths.
Oh, cheers.
Gotta cheers the official sponsor.
Oh no.
Issa.
Big.
Way behind the game.
Sorry, dude.
Get it together. Cheers.
Cheerio.
Salamati.
Salamati indeed.
Prost. Excuse me. Nice.
Why are you making
All
that
right.
face?
Now we have nothing to talk about.
I told you we shouldn't have been talking all day.
We said all the words that we know.
No, for real,
No.
the Ace is the best place there
Oh,
has
it is great.
ever been.
It is fantastic. My favorite Chinese food place by far.
You
You've
been
never
there?
been?
You been to Ace?
Yeah, we've taken
Yes.
Mario.
What'd you get? Do you remember?
Tiny, tiny.
Shut up.
You gave him the biggest
Dude,
shot.
well, how is that? It's getting bigger.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not,
I'll take this.
I'm not a professional.
Clearly.
Mario wants the second biggest one.
I used to be a professional, but
like a
typically
small-
there's like a pour on it. It gives you a little bit more of a controlled pour.
If you're bad at pouring, or
All right. Yeah, I'm a bad pourer.
no, you're poor at.
I'm poor.
You're poor at pouring,
Cheers.
dude.
This is the whole podcast.
So,
Just cheers.
just getting drunk.
Just take different shit.
I mean,
Cigars
wasn't
there.
that the first podcast, basically? You and Casey just...
Oh,
Basically.
Jesus.
If you skip to the almost end of that, we're like basically blackout drunk. Not even basically, we're blackout drunk.
You don't even know what happened. You just
I
woke
swear
up
I
and he was
didn't.
gone.
Yeah, I re-listened to that. Like the longer it goes, the more annoyed I get. Like it's just, it's
I listened
that one's
to it. It
not
was
a.
good.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to hear yourself be drunk, I guess.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, especially we got it pretty turned on that one.
I'm glad nobody's ever recorded me while I was drunk.
Until
No.
now.
We're gonna slowly see it happen. She about to get drunk on camera for the first time.
Who knows what's gonna happen?
Probably not much. I get sassy when I'm drunk, but my biggest flaw when I'm drunk is I encourage other people to drink more than I'm actually willing to drink, but they don't notice.
I
Wow.
was just
Drinking
like
less
doing
than
one of those things over your shoulder.
We should drink. You're just like little bit. I'm also bad at peer pressure. Anything negative I'm doing, I like try to get my friends to do it too.
He does that too.
Yeah, even if like I smoke a cigarette, like which I haven't actually in a long time, but I've smoked cigarettes like when I'm drunk before. I'm like, smoke it with me. It'll
do
be
it.
great. It's not that bad.
Do you
Build a little
remember-
immunity there.
Do you remember that time we were in Vegas and you were like bumming cigarettes off
From
of
anyone
everybody?
trying
and
to,
everybody
yeah.
was giving you a cigarette, and then I tried to ask somebody. I got no fucking cigarettes. No
wow.
love.
You just
No
maybe
love.
it's the approach.
Maybe.
I don't know. I
I
forget
didn't
what I
have a
said.
good approach.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've had a cigarette now. Probably in like 4 years or
That's a good
5
thing.
years. Yeah.
Basically, since we went to Vegas.
maybe pretty
Since
close
that
to that.
Vegas trip.
Yeah, I mean it's just one of those things where you can smoke a cigarette and then feel it in your training for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's no bueno.
No bueno.
No bueno. I'd maybe smoke a cigar. I like a good cigar.
Yeah, but you're not
You
really
like a good cigar, Mario?
I love
inhaling
cigars.
it all.
Do you?
Ask Mario a question because
I love cigars so
waiting to
much.
go off.
You guys are always drinking cigars on your balcony.
I drink cigars all the time.
Or not drink. Sorry, I smoke cigars.
Already drunk.
I can't talk today. It has nothing to do with the whiskey shots.
No, yeah. For Father's Day, I bought myself a bunch of cigars.
Oh,
like
that's
like a
cool.
big bundle.
You bought yourself a bunch of cigars.
Yeah,
That's a nice Father's Day gift.
yeah,
Kind of sad.
yeah. I do that for everything.
You just buy yourself cigars.
Yeah.
For birthday, cigars.
Yep,
Christmas, cigars.
My
Birthday's coming up, actually.
Yep. buy
How old are you
myself-
turning? Like 56?
72.
Oh, wow.
Minus. For real. Like
How old are you
44.
turning?
44.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah.
I knew it.
That's cool.
Just guessed.
Yeah.
I've only known him 11 years. I just guessed this.
Damn. I've known him since 2008.
That's 12 years.
Wow, that's 15.
That's
how math
According to my
works.
calculations, it's 15.
Dog years though.
dog years.
It still wouldn't work out to
It's
12.
like 36. 107.
Maybe.
Like I was doing.
I can't calculate dog years. Isn't it like? Wait a minute.
I think
It's
one.
7
it's 7
years
Yeah, 7
to
years for
every-
every one
Oh,
human
years.
year.
I
One
thought you said
person.
dog ears.
No, years.
Okay.
You remember when the first time I met you?
Nope.
I do.
What was it?
We were like drilling, and I'm
At a
like,
gay bar.
we don't want to talk about that part. We were drilling jiu-jitsu at a gay bar,
Free jiu-jitsu lessons over here in the corner.
and I was like, "You want to be friends?" He's like, "Yeah, dude."
Wow. Is that really how you did
It was
it?
pretty much like that, but it was like he smelled like weed, and I was like, "Dude, I just got high too.
It was
Let's
literally
go get high every day after practice for the next 5 years."
The exact same way I became best friends with someone in kindergarten. You're like building blocks. Like, you like blocks? Me too. We're just best friends now.
Do you want to go do karate?
Yeah, you want to do
garage?
karate in the basement?
That
the
is
garage?
how it is when you're like 18. You're like, wait, you also smoke weed?
Dude, there's well,
Especially when it was illegal. I think it like was a little bit more salacious to do
this
so.
is 2008. We're talking
Yeah,
about
I know.
15.
How crazy. Our kids are never going to have to experience that.
No.
I just go to the dispensary.
Yeah. We were victims of the prohibition.
Victims of the prohibition.
Yeah,
I was.
for reals.
I had my butthole searched
What?
by 2 police officers.
At a gay bar.
Yeah.
No, for real.
I swear to God.
Tell me how they did it. Like they used tools or
I didn't know it was actually going to happen. Well, I got arrested.
I didn't know.
I-
They didn't
America?
warn you. They
Yeah.
just.
Well, no, I mean, like, they didn't search the inside
They
of
just
it, but they
opened it
made
up.
me, like, open up and show them and, like, cough.
Bend
Make
and
sure I
spread.
didn't have anything. Yeah.
fart real
and
quick.
also, too, it was just like, basically one article of clothing. So I was at my house and the police knocked and they ended up arresting me for a gram of weed and a bong. And so later from that, I actually got a felony possession and felony possession of paraphernalia.
Oh my
But when they brought me to the jail that night, they made sure that I wasn't smuggling drugs in, I guess, even though they took me from my house. I wasn't planning on going to the jail that night.
Yeah.
And one article of clothing at a time, they're like, take your shirt off, take your shorts off, take your underwear off.
Dang.
And then I was like, my fucking underwear, are you kidding me? And then they take it off and they're like, now turn around and spread your butt cheeks. I was like,
So it's basically so it's basically a casting couch.
I honestly was like,
Don't worry, we're not gonna show this to anyone.
I swear to God, it was very violating. Absolutely. I mean, I didn't know it was going to
I
happen.
see the
and
pain
had-
in your eyes as
yeah,
you're talking about
it. wasn't good. Yeah.
No.
You didn't enjoy it at all?
No.
Did they touch your butthole?
For weed, though, if you were thinking about like for fucking weed, it's
Yeah.
like having like coffee at your house and they went into my butthole to make sure I wasn't smuggling it.
Do you know they did
Into
that?
No,
for
wait.
jail.
You keep saying in it.
I mean, they examined it.
They had a flashlight in there. You could feel the warmth of the flashlight.
Hello,
The
camera.
flashlight.
Could you
Yeah.
feel the warmth of the flashlight when they like?
I
shone
forget if
shone
there was
you?
a flashlight.
There's
to be honest.
LED
Oh, you
lights.
don't forget
They
something
used
like that.
LED. It wasn't.
Come
like,
on.
So there was no heat.
You know, here's they would do the same thing to you in Russia if they thought you had caviar up there. So
Caviar?
yeah, it's
Is that
illegal, highly
actually?
illegal. Yeah.
No way.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe I might be making it up. I don't know.
Is it?
Caviar is illegal
Isn't like
Caviar
caviar
smuggling.
from fucking?
It's from Russia.
with love. So what else happened?
Is caviar
Well,
illegal?
what they find up there?
Nothing. I spent the night in jail. And then,
Nothing.
It's illegal to smuggle it out of the country
caviar is?
because
And
there's
your
only
butthole.
so many sturgeons worldwide, and most of the high-end caviar comes from strictly sturgeons. So, and the particular species that live in Russia are like the highly prized
Mm.
sturgeon
illegal.
caviar.
Oh, interesting.
So you can only harvest so many of them because it's their eggs. You have to kill the fish to get the eggs. And sturgeon can live to be like hundreds of years old. Like they're, really long-lived fish. So to prevent like overfishing for caviar, you're only allowed to kill so many per year. And
Putin kills all of the
they have
sturgeons.
like really high taxes on
poisons.
exporting it out of the
Poisons them.
country.
That makes sense.
So it's
So
really
it-
regulated. So it could actually be illegal to smuggle it in your butthole out of the country.
Yeah.
Probably.
But that would be
Wow.
a really inefficient way to smuggle it because the caviar would go bad
Yeah,
in
you're
your
right.
butthole.
In your butthole.
Well, you do it. You put like the caviar in a little baggie with ice.
Yeah. Well, no.
Like
Actually, what
little-
you do. Actually, what you do is you swallow a bunch of little baggies. Have you seen like how they used
And
to
then-
smuggle cocaine? Like they would get
heroin?
pregnant women or heroin. They'll get pregnant women to swallow like a bunch of little baggies.
Why
Because
pregnant?
then they
Because
won't
they-
X-ray you,
Yeah, they won't X-ray you.
and then you poop it out later.
Yep. Or regurgitate it depending on how quick the flight is. Yeah, it's really difficult for your body to digest it. So I think you mostly regurgitate it. But there's been plenty of pregnant women who've died in the airport from a baggie like opening into them and they have like a massive overdose.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's sad.
Pretty
Isn't that wild?
the
messed up.
things people do for money
And drugs.
and drugs.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I think that like if all drugs were legal, it would make some things better. There wouldn't be any people smuggling through pregnant women.
I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, no, that wouldn't exist.
It would eliminate the cartel's money incentive.
Definitely.
Yeah,
What would the new problems arise from that?
You could buy meth if you wanted to,
Yeah.
whenever you
but
want.
it would be really good meth.
It would be it'd be medical grade meth, and also too, it's like if meth was legal tomorrow, would any of you guys buy it?
Yeah,
I would.
just like once in a while.
I personally don't need the fucking like Uncle Sam telling me like not to buy meth to not buy it.
Yeah.
Same.
I don't need them telling me not to do it.
And I think the people that are drug addicts would go do that, and then all of that class of people would just die off within like 10, 20 years, and then we'd be reset with a whole new generation of people, and just know that like fucking
Don't do
Steve,
meth.
yeah, Steve smokes meth and he turned into a fucking zombie. I'm not gonna turn into one of those people. So
Of course. Steve.
Pre-workout.
yeah, pre-workout.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a little math, get you going.
Is that what gets you going?
Dude, what
Is
if
it
they
good?
make energy drinks with meth in it?
Get you ready.
Like
Oh
legally?
yeah. Coca-Cola.
Yeah, if it would be legal, like
They do it with weed.
conceptually.
I don't know about energy drinks, but they make drinks with weed in it.
Yep. Yep. They do. I seen them.
I did it.
I
tried it.
Energy
some
drink
too.
with weed in it?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
No, they do. They
Just
do.
a
No
normal
way.
drink.
Yep. They have an energy drink. It's a sativa energy drink. It's actually my brand that I.
No, there's like caffeine in it or something.
Yep.
No way.
Caffeine
Caffeine.
and sativa. Yep. And
Oh my
caviar.
God.
Caviar from Russia. Smuggled in through Joey's butthole.
It's very specific.
Very
Pacific. Sir.
Pacific.
Pacific
Came
Islander.
through. Yep. Yep.
You know, Mario, there's a comedy show tonight. Typically, you're pretty good at the one-liners. So you've been
I told him I'm working on my two liners.
Go ahead.
A new two-lane.
Throw us with one.
Throw a couple. Come on,
Yeah.
just throw one out here.
Nah. I like to do it when it's not appropriate.
Yeah,
know
get
what I mean?
30,
This is not an appropriate
get 30
time.
unwilling
No, no,
people
no, this
around
is-
him,
we
and
We don't
he's
want to hear
sending
any of
them.
it.
I want to do it when it's inappropriate. Like an inappropriate time. Like if I
It's-
was in the
it's not
bathroom in a
appropriate
stall
right now.
and you were in a bathroom in a stall, I would shoot a one-liner
Into your stall.
into your stall. Yep.
That's what she said.
I think that was close. There's maybe something there.
Yeah. I would just, yeah. Yeah, I would act like I was reading from the bathroom stall wall.
Wow.
And then you would.
Would ya?
Yep. I do that all the time.
All right, another shot. You want to finish yours?
I,
Then we're back at it.
Tell me this,
Do you
Mario.
guys, what?
This might be my last
When you
one.
started doing kickboxing, did you know you'd be so gay or
I
good
knew-
at it?
No, I was homeless. And
No, you weren't.
yeah, and then I started doing kickboxing.
Cheers.
No way.
Cheer.
I started kicking boxes.
You were
more.
never homeless, were you?
For like 30, 40 minutes, I was homeless one time. Because I had signed a lease, and then the person that was supposed to rent me the house, like they didn't follow through with their promise. And then I had to move out of the other place, so I had like a moving van full of my stuff. For like
For 40 minutes?
about 45 minutes, I'd say.
It's pretty traumatizing.
Must have been hard on you.
I immediately started taking a dump in the street. I just did that. And I was just like, this is where I live.
Start doing meth right away. It's like, dude, it's been 30 minutes.
I was like, I can't wait till meth is legal. I hope the cops don't
sounds
come and check my
understandable.
butthole.
That sounds
Oh,
understandable.
Yeah, that's rough.
I know that is the one thing I worry about if they decriminalize all drugs. Is when you think about all the crackheads that are literally smoking crack in front of the door of our business.
Mm.
They
They're
probably
just
still
gonna-
would be.
Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah.
even worse. There's going to be more of
Because
them.
You think it'd be more of them?
They can't
Yeah.
go buy legal meth.
I think that I think
people
people
that
would
have
start.
money.
I think there would still be a market for it because if you have legal meth, it's going to be clean, it's going to be good, it's going to have quality,
Expensive,
it's going to be expensive,
No,
and
I'm
people are
saying
not going to be able to
they're
afford
still
it.
going to do it. They're just going to still do it in front of our store, like
Yeah.
even more
Yeah.
than they're doing it now.
I think the initial period, if it was just like all of a sudden tomorrow everything was legal, it would exasperate it for us a period.
A
Period.
week, and then
Yeah.
everyone's gonna overdose, and then we'll be good.
Yeah, I
All
think
the unreasonable people.
You guys are such nihilists.
I
man.
do think that's the more
Sound
likely
realistic.
scenario. Because the thing about like it being illegal is like it doesn't stop people from doing it.
No.
I mean, if you make that decision to do meth, I don't think like
You don't care.
slap on the wrist, because now that's kind of what it is, right?
Yeah,
People can get meth in jail.
I think it's maybe a pretty serious penalty.
It's
Yeah.
easy to like get in. You know what I mean? Like you bring in meth in your butthole. I don't know how they would bring it in.
What?
They made sure I wasn't bringing it.
Yeah, I
in.
know. What the fuck?
Joey
That doesn't make any sense.
Contribute to this.
Like it
Maybe that
makes
was-
you
it
wonder
was
about all
happening
the
for a
things
while.
that they bring into jail. Like,
I
how
think
do
a
they
lot
get
of
them
it's
in
like
there?
actually guards that
It is.
Bring it in their butthole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Has
no,
to
they
be.
just fucking bring it in.
Has to be.
I was
Because they're
like,
not
there's some
checking the
big
guards.
things
You're like,
that
are
are-
they-
Who's checking them?
Nobody.
Who's checking
No,
the?
yeah, exactly. You're just
their-
showing up to work every day. You don't get searched.
I think you do.
I'd imagine maybe you think
The
some
g-
of them.
You
Okay,
know-
look, the guy that
Maybe
does
maximum-
the search is the guy that brings the. You got to go all the way to the top of the
you gotta go to the
pyramid.
top.
Well, they're
Gotcha,
all
gotcha.
private businesses, so there's
Yeah.
probably just a spectrum of how the private businesses are
Well,
run.
I know for a fact that now they're so desperate for prison guards. One of my customers that I tattoo, he said that they don't care. Like if you test positive for weed, they'll still give you a job.
Well, that's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
weed is good. Like that's
no,
fine.
weed is good,
Yeah.
but like they're just so desperate for people, they don't really like check them.
That used to be a big no-no, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a really
For
big
sure.
no-no.
Yeah.
So
Apparently, it still is with police officers. Like my good friend that I went to grade school and high school with, around like 2020, early 2021, like during the George Floyd riots, all of the like fuck the police, like huge contention between police officers and the general public. My friend tried to become a police officer, and because he used to smoke weed with us in high school when we were like 17.
Oh, wow.
He had to do a lie detector test, and he just told the truth. He wasn't allowed to get the job as a police officer
For smoking weed in high school?
for smoking weed in high school.
that's crazy.
Damn.
Isn't that wild?
just
Where's
hot
this at
so-
again?
I don't know which police force he did, but he tried to apply to, but somewhere in Arizona.
Was it like North Korea? No, Arizona. Okay.
No, Arizona. Yeah, it was like Phoenix or North Phoenix, somewhere around there. I mean, that's where he lived. I'd imagine he applied to one of those police
Weren't you
departments.
just saying J-Mac was talking about how tricky it is to get in with the Phoenix Police Department, but all the other police departments are easier to get into, and then Phoenix recruits from the other police departments.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
So like once you're a police officer, they'll just because you're already
Right.
past the, whatever.
So they don't want to go.
They were
through-
like, you know
requirements.
what? Just skip the reading part. No, I'm serious. Yeah, you know what? Let's just like skip the tests.
Just
Show up.
you're now just a police officer.
Here's the gun.
And then once you work for like one of the other departments, like Mesa or whatever, Glendale, then Phoenix will be like, oh, okay, now we'll take you. Because all the fun jobs are in Phoenix because they're much bigger departments and they have a lot more like different stuff for people to do.
Although, as far as it is being a police officer, one of the people that Taylor works for, Dan Butler is his name. He's the head police chief of Mesa. And he has a jiu-jitsu program for the officers that you can, like 20% of your work week, you could get paid to train. And if
20%?
so like an hour a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And if you get X amount of hours every 3 months, you get a bonus just for doing it.
Wow.
Yeah, a monetary bonus.
I mean, that totally
That's a good
makes
incentive.
sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wouldn't you want like people that are arresting people to know how to grapple?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, he's got like a whole thing about like how jiu-jitsu is such a more effective way of control than people who are untrained. When something starts happening, they just start hitting them. For one, it's ineffective. It's completely ineffective. Typically, it's from like a weird position. You're not gonna, subdue the person. And someone who just has even a small amount of grappling experience can subdue the person in a really like controlled manner.
Well, you're much less likely to hurt somebody if you actually know what you're doing.
Unless you reap.
Imagine. Imagine they like get
You
Minari
reap
roll.
the guy to arrest him. He rolls the wrong way. Whoops, you did it to yourself.
What if you reap him and then he's like, "This illegal."
Breath. The X.
Thought we were doing
DQ.
IBJJF rules.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, streets.
But Dan's a purple belt and one of the owners of Impact Jiu-Jitsu now. And just
that's
like
cool.
obviously understands what jiu-jitsu is and, discovered it, I think just, but after he'd already been a police officer and now he's made it part of the program.
They do it where? The program? They have
The
a
Mesa
room for
Police
them?
Department.
They made a room for them?
I'm not sure exactly where they train. I'm not sure. I don't know all the details actually, but I know it's like a part of the Mesa Police Department because Dan's the head of it. He has it as part of the program that he incentivizes it. It's not like mandatory. You don't have to, but he incentivizes it monetarily. You can get paid to train throughout the week. And then if you hit a certain amount of hours by like every 3 months or 6 months, you get a bonus just for training and keeping your body healthy.
You know what's crazy? Even if you do that, like you're still going to have the same amount of people doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Like you could give out free jiu-jitsu. Like,
Yeah. And still some
you don't
people won't
want
do it.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Especially like, damn.
A police officer should want it.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe it depends on where you work. Like, how often do you have to grapple on the street? Maybe it's like
As a police officer?
some places could be like every day.
Well, it shouldn't be
I don't
about
know.
like
Maybe it's not that bad. 3 times a day, yeah,
maybe in
arrest,
Southside Chicago. or
violent
something.
arrest 3
Well,
times
honestly,
a day.
yeah. I mean, it isn't about like doing it regularly. It's about like when shit hits the
When
fan.
you're ready, you're ready.
Being able to fucking handle yourself. And also too, there's like if you've ever seen a 300-pound police 5'4" police officer, it's
Yeah.
like it's like, what are you gonna do if I just take off?
Sit on you?
Yeah, or pull out the gun.
Okay, if you take off, then they're done.
Yeah, or pull out the gun.
Their fat is going to absorb the bullets.
Yeah, and that's
It's not
one
going to
thing.
reach their organs.
That's one thing too, though. It's like jiu-jitsu is just a non-violent form of control. If people are inept in non-violent forms of control, they're going to resort to violent forms of control. If all you have is a taser or a gun, that's all you can use. If you know how to just fucking foot sweep knee on belly, that's a much more first like publicly acceptable way to control someone.
It's going to look sick, too.
It's gonna look sick too.
It's like you land in a good position.
Yeah.
What do you think, babe? You think...
That cop
should
just
do jiu-jitsu?
flying armbarred that guy.
You know what? You
Bad
know
guy
what?
with a bag of money and a mask.
I'm not gonna say who their name is because they go to our gym and everything, and I don't know if this is like you
Something
can't talk
you
about
can-
publicly, so I'm not gonna say their name. But we have a member that arrested someone with a fucking omoplata.
Yeah.
I'm not
Wow.
joking.
Yeah.
And a mat return. That one's pretty
Wow.
basic, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool. Omoplata?
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's go.
When he was done, did he
Stripe
get up and he
time.
was
Someone's
like-
getting striped.
Yeah.
He like
Yeah.
tears his fucking uniform.
Yeah.
He goes into his walkie-talkie. I'd like to thank my coach at One Love Grappling Arts
I'm glad I wore my rash guard
like-
underneath my.
underneath my uniform.
Like, boha, over.
All you hear is, oh, yeah.
Everyday bohada, over.
Took the perpetrator down
mean-
with an omoplata. Oh.
Think about it though, like you're trying to arrest someone, right? They're gonna be fighting for it. Maybe like their life depends on it. Some of these people have warrants; they can't go back.
Yeah.
There's people they
Grabbing
might
for your gun?
never be
Some
able
people
to
just
be
don't
free.
want their buttholes to be checked.
That too.
that too.
Most
I mean-
people.
Well, if
I
there's
think
something
Mario
wrong.
wants to get arrested. Take his butt over.
walking around with stuff in my butt.
Whoops.
Been waiting for this moment all my life.
I don't want him to leave empty-handed.
You get arrested. You're like, sir, you're gonna check my.
You just hear it fall
Like
out.
we
What?
actually don't do that here. It's like, are you sure you don't want to?
You sure? 'Cause-
Here, you know what? I'll just like do it for you. You brought gloves for them and everything.
Oh my god.
All right, all right.
Now I know the title for this one. Check my butthole.
Hashtag oil change or check oil check.
Oil change.
Check.
Okay, let it all leak out. Where's your cat?
She's around here somewhere. Usually she makes a guest appearance. She quite often does, actually. If you go a little, so there's also this guy on TikTok that like says like you have to go,
Oh yeah. My cat used to do that.
and then there's also like a.
How does it go?
I swear, usually
I don't know. I'm not
within
a fucking weird cat person. I don't know what the hell you're
just a weird person.
I'm just a weird person.
You're just a weird person.
I'm surprised she hasn't come up already. Typically, within a couple of those, she'll come run over.
Yeah.
She probably like hears a lot of noise up here in the first place and just like.
I keep seeing
It's like, I'll
Mario
come up
looking
when I
over there to
want.
see if she's coming. He's like,
Yeah.
"Who's that cat?"
Do you remember
usually
the
does
cat's
come out.
name?
Gigi.
Yeah.
Chijamos.
It took him
Pajamas?
like a month of knowing my daughter to know her name. You remember the cat's name after one time. It is true. Where's your baby?
Where's
What's my baby's name?
Where's that thing that you let hang around here?
That's not true.
You okay, Mario?
Yeah.
Stop making that face then.
I can't help it.
That's his face, babe.
That's just my face.
Come on.
Gosh, pisses me off.
She's got one of those faces. You just want to
Your
like.
face. You're so cool.
Actually, speaking of which, like, I don't know if you've been out to the clubs with Mario, but he will bring a mouthpiece with him. I remember one time I was out in the club with someone, and like someone was must have been like looking at him sideways or something. He just puts in his mouthpiece,
That's
looking
a
at
good
this guy.
intimidation, though. like you don't even have to do anything after that. You're just like, let's go.
I'm crazy enough to go right now, but
Yeah.
I'll still not that crazy.
You
I'll
know,
put
to
on
carry
a
a
mouth
mouth.
guard.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, let me get my mouth.
I don't wanna
my
fuck
knee
my
guard,
teeth out.
my knee brace on.
Yeah, I mean,
Let me tape up my toes.
if
real
someone
quick.
puts on a
serious.
mouth guard in just a random
That's
club
a club.
scenario,
That's a
yeah,
statement.
You're dealing with a psychopath for sure. The guy came over. He's like, "Hey, I'm not sure what might have happened, but I brought you guys these drinks. I just want to say
No
we're cool."
fucking way.
Yeah, swear to God.
Next
yeah.
thing you know, he's checking your butthole.
Swear to God. Yeah.
He's like, I did buy you drinks.
Yeah. Yeah. He's saying, but Mario is also a very good friend. I think I'm not sure if it was that same time, but another time we were out and I was like sitting on the corner of something, and I was like sitting on a stool, and there was like a corner right behind me, and I had like a drink in one of my hands, and the guy like walks by me, just pissed drunk, walks into me, spills my own drink on me, and I was like,
man.
"Hey, bud, what the fuck?" I like kind of push my elbows out like this, to, like get him off me, and he immediately goes like this, pushes my head, as like it was like, bro, pushed my head. In that next second, Mario straight right drops him, drops him to the ground.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, I wish I could have hit him harder. But when I hit him, he like fell backwards because he was like, ah! And when he fell backwards, like I barely touched him. But, yeah, I really wanted to hit him hard though.
Damn it.
And the thing is, I didn't know what happened to Joey. So when I was on top of the guy choking him, and then all I remember is like 3 or 4 people grabbing me and telling me, "Hey man, it's not worth it." And I was like, "Who the fuck are you?"
I
Like,
do this shit for fun.
yeah, and I was like choking him. With all
didn't
of
get that
my
crazy.
training went out the window. I was just like choking him like this. It's like, it
He
was
straight
hilarious.
right him. The guy goes to the ground. He follows him, and all of his friends were like, "Hey, whoa! I'm sorry. Like, he's super drunk. We'll get him out of here." They just
my
pick him
God.
up and leave. We didn't realize I had a fucking cut on the back of my head.
Oh, my
Yeah, I
God.
ended up
Oh, that's
having to
when you
get
got cut.
Yeah, I had to get like staples or stitches or something in the back of my head that night.
Just from being shoved into the wall.
In a corner. I didn't realize it, and then we went like trying to look for him and shit, but like we never found him.
Yeah, I have a mouth guard story with Mario. Remember this? We were at his house. It was like New Year's 2013, 14. And then like there's a couple dudes like downstairs, like I don't know what the hell they're doing. They're talking by their car. And then me and him are on his balcony. And then all of a sudden we hear them like just yelling like profanities, like shut the fuck up, like and stuff like that to us. The guy, Mario's like, he looks around. We're on a balcony. He's like, you talking to us? And they're like, yeah, you guys shut the fuck up. And then Mario's like, wait right there. And he runs to his kitchen, puts on his mouth guard, bolts out the front door, and like he's on the 3rd level and he has to go downstairs, down the elevator, around, drive to literally.
Out the security door.
It didn't even, yeah. There's like 2 security doors there. It didn't even make sense. Like, I was like, what? And I looked back. I'm like, you guys, I think he's coming down. They're like, no, he's not. And he was literally like sprinting. They took off. They were like, "Fuck this." I don't know what they were thinking though. They were like going out of their
Talking
way
to some random people.
But like Mario was running like, have you seen? Was that Terminator 1? I'm talking about where they were taking off, and there's like, yeah, that's what it looked like. I don't even remember that. I didn't even know you can run that fast. How'd you do that? I don't know. I was impressed.
See, I thought you were going to tell the story about when you guys were throwing black cats off the balcony at people.
No, we're not talking about that. Which one is that? Like the little
Dude, we
fireworks?
did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, those are the little
no,
ones.
that balcony saw some things
I've
over the
seen
years.
some
Like,
things.
Do you still live at that same
some
place?
of it, you know.
Yeah.
Talk about.
Maybe the worst thing it ever saw, and this is a testament to how good of a friend you are, Mario,
You might have to edit this out, but go ahead.
is when you washed your foot in a sink.
Oh my God, babe.
You washed your foot or Mario washed his foot?
No, he washed his own foot.
His
You
foot
choose. Do you want me to
in
get
his kitchen sink.
I walk
Not
in
even
and
the
he's just
bathroom sink, the kitchen sink.
No.
And what makes it so funny is that he's like the most OCD, neat freak, clean
Don't wash your
person.
feet in my sink.
No, if Mario had done that to him, he'd never be allowed in the house again. Like 100%.
Dude, I cleaned up after myself.
Why were your feet so dirty? Why did you need to do it in
Yeah.
the first place?
I think he had spilt like some. Issa was always sticky. Like he was always had like food on him. And
Yeah.
so he was a
Sticky person.
I used
Yes.
to be sticky.
I got it. He's not as sticky.
Yeah, he's less
Which is
sticky.
kind of funny because you have a little girl, and I would
Yeah.
imagine that you would be even more
She's
sticky.
sticky.
You were actually
Look,
sticky?
she's-
You
at one point?
transferred your stickiness.
Stickiness to her.
they're talking
Well, no, but when
Candy.
he eats, though,
Dude,
Cotton candy.
Just gets
When
on
you
it.
get them like teaming up on me, they're gonna make shit up.
we're not making it up.
grease, like food,
No,
just
when
all
he
around him
eats.
all the time. Yeah.
When he eats,
It
it's
does
I don't know
get,
what
it
this
does
is.
get on.
experience. Like he's sometimes when he's really hungry, he goes into like this fugue state. His eyes cloud over, and he's just like, and it's just like a radius of food particles about this wide out from his plate is all over
Oh, no.
the table.
Yeah.
I came
Yeah.
home one night after he'd eaten some yogurt and a pomegranate, and it was like this weird pink, almost like paint splatter. And I was like, what happened?
Oh, gosh.
Like, I ate in an arm.
You know, it's a really funny club story. One time we were at this club, and it was, I don't know who it was, but I know it was Issa. And
Okay.
me. And oh, shit. I haven't even
don't know
drank
who
very
it
much.
was,
I'm
but
over
it
here.
was
Cut off. And me.
Do you have a towel or something?
I do downstairs.
Hey,
I go
kitten.
grab one.
Kitten.
No, let me tell you the story real
Okay,
quick.
okay.
I'll just clean it with my shirt. So I'm dancing with these girls, right? And I think my brother was videotaping us, and we were like dancing. We were like, "Yeah, what's up?" And then you see in the back, I move out the way, right? And you see in the background, Issa's in the corner and he's just eating a big old burrito, dude. Like they don't even sell burritos there.
I stuck it in my pocket.
He's just like this, dude. He's all
Burrito.
Dude, the security guard saw the burrito in my pocket. He was
Didn't
like,
even care.
"What is that?" I was like, "It's a burrito." He's like, you can take that."
As long as it's not cocaine.
That's hilarious.
He was probably thinking, if you have a burrito in your pocket, what do you have in your butthole?
I don't even want to know.
Tamale.
The burrito's gonna come out of it later.
Oh, Jesus.
That is.
Speaking of weird
Technically.
butthole stories, do you guys want to hear something really gross?
Yeah.
Because I used to do piercings back,
Whoa!
back
Oh.
in the day. And the place that I worked at in Texas, so Texas is really like conservative about their zoning laws for
butthole?
for commercial properties. So there was like literally this, I want to say like 2 to 3 mile strip of this one road that was like the road of sin. So it was the only road that could have strip clubs, pawn shops, liquor stores, and tattoo studios. So it was literally like one right after the other, like strip club, pawn shop, liquor store, tattoo, just all on this like 2 mile stretch of road. And then there were all these like country bars, which were basically just like huge meat markets. Like everybody was disgusting. But they would all come in from the strip clubs and the country bars after, closing hours, because we stayed open till like 2 a.m. So we had this one stripper come in one time, and she was there with like her sugar daddy, and she wanted to get a piercing down there. So I go in, I've done these before. I'm like, sure, lady parts, whatever. I know what they look like. It's not going to bother me. But when I get down there, it looked like somebody had taken her butthole and had taken it from the inside out. And it was sticking out like a... You remember in Shallow Hal how he has like that weird like puppy tail thing at the back that they show at the end of it? It was kind of wiggling like that. And it was like sticking this far out of her butthole. And I was just like...
You pierced it?
I didn't pierce that. I pierced her,
Wow.
Her tail. Like her tailbone was a little extruded.
It wasn't her tailbone. It was her butthole. Like she had anal sex, and when
So
they
much
pulled
that it
out,
was like-
that it was like prolapsed, but it was like wiggly.
Was it pointy?
No, it looked like a sausage casing, but it was wiggling
Wow.
like
Because
like
every
when
she
it
breathe or
moved.
laugh, when
Yeah,
she laugh.
it was like
Wow.
so bad.
That is
So
wild.
awful.
They
No, I
probably
saw some
actually
wild
did
shit.
just have sex and then come in.
She's gonna listen
Yeah.
to this.
And then what?
And then come in.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's wild.
I saw some wild stuff at that place.
Oh,
Man. 2 a.m.
Wow.
That makes me
That's
feel weird.
interesting.
Let me tell you, it's really hard to pierce boobs when they've had them done so much that they're like
Way
to
out there?
here. Yeah, like
Like
you
we were
can't
talking
even
about, remember Gordon Ryan's
pinch
girlfriend?
anything. It's just like
Airtight.
Oh, you're
airtight.
Yeah,
Literally,
that's
you're
going
like,
up.
I gotta deflate you if I do this. Like you
Wow.
don't even have much of a nipple left to pierce. You've stretched
It's
it so
all
much.
flat, probably.
Oh, wow.
It is, yeah,
It's like
yeah. You
that's
can't get a
wild.
good pinch.
It's actually
just too
hurting
taut.
my nipples.
Wow.
Right
It's taut.
it just looks so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
now. I have a triple
Swollen.
nipple.
you do.
Show it
I've
on the
seen it.
Make
Do you
the
really? Have one.
fucking
Show it.
podcast debut of your third nipple.
Where's the camera at?
Yeah, one
It's
right there.
there.
Oh,
There
wow.
it is.
That's like an actual.
Zoom in, dude.
Is that like an. It's like shaped
That's a
like a
nipple.
It's got like the actual like nipple.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
because
real nipple?
it's a nipple.
Is that just like a birthmark or something?
I mean, yeah, it's a birthmark.
Were you born with it or was it a
it
burn?
wasn't always like that. I actually got a cigar put out on it.
No.
It was a bet. Yeah, like 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have to hear the story of why you let someone burn you 3 times.
Yeah.
I did it myself once.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And
Makes
then,
sense.
And then 2 times I lost a bet twice. And to somebody.
Wow.
Yeah.
So wait, is it really a third nipple though?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It just looks more like indented and weird and shaped, like the way you were saying, because of that. Yeah.
You
For a
basically
long
ate
time
your
there was
twin.
ash in there, so there was like a ring of blackness in there, like it looked like my nipple had like a black
like it
eye.
healed
You
with
got a
the
little
ash?
tattoo.
It was like a little tattoo.
You
yeah.
branded your third nipple.
Branded myself with the
That's-
ash of a cigar.
People do that. Have you ever done brandings?
I've seen it.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Go with that.
I don't
People,
do
yeah.
that.
Do.
The risk of infection is so high doing branding because
Really?
you're burning your skin. So
Yeah.
you're losing all of your skin barriers' ability to like heal, keep infection out. Like with a tattoo, at least it's more of a surface wound. So, it heals in like 2 weeks, ideally, if you're
Yeah.
getting it done by somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
But with a brand, like you're giving yourself a 3rd-degree burn. Like,
Oh God.
God,
Ugh.
that is horrible. I heard people do it with ultra cold too. They'll
Yeah.
like in black ice or whatever it's called, dry ice,
Dry ice,
or something,
yeah.
and then put it on. And it has a
Freeze
similar
it off.
Liquid
effect.
nitrogen.
Yeah.
Is that
liquid
safer?
nitrogen. I mean, you're still creating like a big
Burn.
wound. Yeah.
Still
I
like a
bet
burn,
that would
right?
hurt less.
At that
I have
cold,
a feeling.
Have you
I
seen?
feel like it would hurt less.
I don't know.
Have-
I've had some things like freeze it off. That was pretty painful.
Have you seen skin carving where they like literally carve into your skin?
The scarification.
Scarification.
So that's where they take out giant chunks of your skin in a design.
Oh,
And then they
no.
let it heal without suturing it up so you get a large raised keloid scar in the shape of the design. Yeah.
People are wild. Yeah. I
There's
saw.
a lot
Good
of
with
flavors
that.
of people out there.
Yeah. I saw those people. I saw like this one. I forget what show it was. One of those like Ripley's Believe It or Not or something, where people were like addicted to being hung by their skin, and they got like married.
Oh
while
my
being
God, I remember
hung.
this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This came
By the
out in
back.
2006 or 7.
Yeah.
From
They
the
got married while being
hooks
hung.
in their back?
Yeah.
Like hanging from helicopters and shit.
Crazy people. I think it was like a stationary thing.
A
But-
helicopter.
Was it a helicopter?
I don't know. Maybe I'm mixing it with Fear Factor.
I don't know.
Like, how do you figure out that that's what you like? You like in the garage one day and you're like, oh,
You weren't raised
God.
by your parents, is how you figured it out.
Well, there's a whole group of people that like this. Let's form a club.
I
Right,
think
right.
you're just fucking a lot of trauma that you're trying to deal with in weird
Yeah.
ways.
Oh my
I mean, it's
god.
really big, like kind of S&M type.
What if it's somebody that's
Like
like
you like
well adjusted,
pain type
Yeah.
they've never had any trauma, they just like, I just love.
I'd say it's less likely one of those people
think
get
so?
it. Yeah.
Here she is.
Like a well adjusted person wouldn't want
A little
hooks
gemas.
coming out of your back. Hi there, kitten.
Usually she'll make her way up here by
There's
herself.
alcohol here, so don't let her drink this.
Here, I'll go get a rag real fast.
Underage.
You guys could just keep it rocking and rolling
No.
for a second.
Press
Not
pause.
without the
We'll pause it.
host.
Toast. That's like sacrilege.
Joe.
Twisted tea.
You know what's interesting is, as crazy as Mario is a cat person. You think he'd be a dog person? Because as hyper as you are,
Yeah.
how are you a
Cats
cat
can
person?
be pretty hyper. Have you seen this cat
This
today?
kid is not hyper.
She's
Imagine if our dog was up here, like this entire setup would be destroyed right now.
That is true.
Like
Lily
the
would
whole-
just be like knocking things over.
She'd be
left
all like
and right.
peeing her pants and shit.
Oh
like,
my gosh, she's such a spaz.
all right.
Well, I like all animals, but I don't know what it is about cats. I just like. I think it's because they fight. The way they fight is to kill. They don't fight to like dominate. They're just like so like they just
That's
go
what
straight.
you like about them.
Yeah, they go straight for the jugular, and then they're like, I'm
They're
gonna
like,
bite
you
your
know
neck.
what? Yeah, I see what you
Like
mean.
their teeth are so sensitive. They can sense the pulse of the veins,
Oh wow.
so that they'll know when to let go.
Gigi would go straight for your jugular.
I get that from
Oh
her.
yeah, she's spicy.
If
that's
you
not-
were a freaking mice,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. She went to town on my hand earlier.
let me
If
see.
you were a mice or a bird, you know the cats are the #1 invasive species in
Yeah.
North America.
They're
I
the
know
number
more
one
things
invasive
than-
species in any continent that they've been introduced to.
Oh,
No
really?
way.
They
Yes.
kill more
Everywhere.
animals than anything
Literally
else.
100%.
I
They're
think-
They're such-
murder machines.
I think
Yeah.
mosquitoes are the only animal or thing that kills more than cats.
Mosquitoes?
Yeah.
Mosquito kills a
Mosquitoes
lot of
kill
shit.
people.
Cows.
Everybody's on mosquitoes hit list, man. Mosquitoes are out for everybody.
Anything that has
They're
blood.
out for
They
blood.
kill actual
Well,
all
people.
mammals.
I mean, the mosquitoes themselves don't kill people. It's all the diseases that they carry that do.
Yeah,
them.
like West Nile
I
or
didn't
something.
kill you. It's this knife that I carry.
Yeah. You know,
Parasites, viruses, bacteria.
Forget about mosquitoes.
see, cats just do it the old-fashioned way with their fucking teeth.
Yeah.
It's right into you.
Take you out.
They're little cuddly murder.
You know how many birds a year they kill just in the United States?
4
No.
billion.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
it's a few
Yeah,
billion.
that's like a
yeah,
stupid
it's a
high
few
number.
billion.
No. Yes. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like billions.
Did I
See,
read a meme
You
once?
know there
that
ain't that many cats.
One
Yeah.
in every 3 cats is a murder cat, and basically they're just like they kill for sport, just for fun,
Ooh.
just because.
Oh,
like it.
really?
Yeah, they're not
like
even
one of those-
hungry. They just murder. We had a murder cat.
Did you?
Yeah, she loved to kill. She would bring like dead squirrels, and all that would be left was like the
She's
tail
talking about when she was a
and the
kid.
little
Wow.
feet. Yeah, when I was
I
like
wasn't a
8
part
or
of
9.
this murder cat.
No, he didn't know this murder cat, but
Wasn't there. Didn't see nothing.
she came from the streets pregnant. She had like 9 babies,
Wow.
and then we had to find
It's a
homes.
ghetto
for,
ass
The
cat.
babies.
Yeah, for 9 babies. They were all different colors too, so they were all different daddies. It was
They could do that.
Wow.
they can do that.
No way.
Yeah.
Pregnant simultaneously with multiple fathers?
Yes.
Wow.
It all depends on how many eggs the cat releases during their like heat cycle or estrus, whatever you want to call it if you want to be super technical. And then however many male cats are in the area that they can actually mate with and the eggs get fertilized, that's how many kittens they can have.
Wow.
Yeah. And cats also can abort their own kittens at will. So if they
Whoa.
feel like they're too sick or too stressed and they can't carry the pregnancy, they can.
I'm done with this
They
shit.
can
Have a
have 9 baby
miscarriage.
daddies.
My choice,
Yeah.
my body.
Wow.
And that's why another
like-
nickname for cats is pussy. Think about it.
Makes sense.
9 baby daddies.
Oh my God. But
Wow.
anyway, that cat was gangster. She killed birds, squirrels, everything.
I heard if you die in your house, it like within about an hour, the cat will start eating you.
Eat your face first.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Yeah, they'll
Face?
like start eating your eyes.
Face
and
is like the
stuff.
most
Yeah.
tender meat. Yeah. What is it
Not
called?
my face.
Calabache?
Calapacha.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the face. Yeah.
Calapacha.
Is that like lamb face or something?
It's like the whole head.
Oh, nice. That is delicious.
The head and like the forearms and the
And like some of
stomach.
the
These cats know what
intestines
they're
and stomach. Yeah, these cats, they must be Persian.
They know what's us.
Oh, it's a Mexican dish too. Mexicans
So
love
bitey.
Face.
face.
It's true.
Goat face.
Oh,
They also have a lot of babies too.
Goat face.
So
is
maybe
the
they're
best
like-
face.
Yeah, Mexicans and cats have a lot in common.
Do they?
They do. They do.
Like what?
They
Outside of the
Having babies and liking face.
That's enough. That is a lot. That is a lot.
I didn't have any more.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have more babies.
I know. Yeah, I know, right?
Maybe like
That
there's
he
some
knows
out
of.
there. Yeah,
I'm surprised.
There's probably some out there. Do you think
Do
there are
one of
some
those
out there?
23andMe
I don't know.
genealogy
I'm pretty-
DNA tests.
I've always been very careful with the artillery. I'm no Alec Baldwin on the side. I'm not putting live rounds in just to anybody.
That actually is a good one.
That is a good analogy.
That's funny. Here, actually, would you pull the top of yours back a little bit right here? Just the top of the, yeah, right there. I just realized. That's the one
bless.
thing about, yeah, nice.
Is that
Mini
good?
Osus. Yeah, you can make it like more narrow or tall like this
I
to make
see.
it better. There you go.
Wow.
Wow, that was actually a good one, Mario. I think that was
Well,
first
well-
good one of the night.
Can you? Okay.
What I say?
I kind of laughed just to laugh. I didn't know what it meant. What,
Oh.
Alec Baldwin?
He accidentally killed someone on set because he shot someone with a blank, or a gun
Bruce
that had a
Lee's
blank
son?
in it.
No,
I thought he died like that.
I think he did that like
but
that,
not
yeah.
from Alec
Oh,
Baldwin.
I was gonna
Jesus.
say, how
This
did I
was
not
just
know
like
that?
a year or two ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that
No.
long
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
You
he
didn't
killed
hear
someone.
about this?
Yeah, on set in
How
Mexico.
Who does the props?
Yeah, it
Like,
seems a
how
little
do you
sketch.
fuck that up?
I don't know.
Seems
Swoops?
sketch.
It was a setup.
I don't know.
You gotta
Major
look
fuck
into
up.
it. Because what if it's the same person that was the props person when Bruce Lee's son?
That's probably
Maybe.
what happened.
Imagine.
No, yeah, I'm imagining right now. Not, it's kind of creepy.
Don't think about it too much. babe.
Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
It's not a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy.
Yeah, imagine accidentally killing someone. That would be horrible.
It's not that bad.
Oh, you've done it?
You speak from
Been through
experience,
it?
Mario?
Yeah, that sounds like it.
No.
He paused.
He's like, no, it was purposeful.
It was purposeful. Well, it wasn't an accident. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh no. He
Mario.
just admitted online.
Comedy show tonight. We'd like you to come.
I can't go.
It's your birthday. Bought you a ticket already.
It's not my birthday.
It's coming
It's
up.
close
It's in 2 weeks.
enough.
You're turning 4,400.
Yep. Basically.
44 times 365. How many is that? Damn, do the math.
How many days
You're
he's
actually
lived?
not that old. It's only a few thousand days.
He's old.
A few thousand days.
My toes and my back say otherwise. Yeah. I'm fucking old.
Your back, I get, but your toes.
Shoulders.
What the fuck happened to your toes?
What happened to him?
I got helix rigidus. It's a form of arthritis that comes from overuse.
How do you overuse your toes?
Because I'm always on my toes, dude.
Ooh, gotta stay on your toes.
I mean, I have personally seen him break his toe at least once.
I've broken 7 toes.
Wait, didn't you do one at like the original Gem Wheat joint?
Yep. My
Which
toe
was
got
like
stuck inside the
old
middle
Gracie
of the
Baja,
of
like
the,
first
of the
ever
mitt.
Gracie Baja in Arizona. And then at AZ Combat Sports by the cage, right?
Yep. And then
And
probably
on both
like
of them,
3
I
or
made
4
fun of
more.
him, and then it turned out that he really got injured. Every time he gets hurt, I make fun of him, and then it turns out it really hurt. Kind of feel bad, but
Every time Issa gets hurt,
how am I supposed to know?
I tell him I'm sorry. I'm sorry he tried to hurt me and got hurt.
Oof. Dun, dun, dun.
Is that from like dodgeball?
No, I don't remember. I just,
Just something he came up with right now.
Sounded like Trump for a second.
Mario actually does a pretty good Trump impression.
He does a great Trump impression.
Just talk
Better than Alec
for the
Baldwin.
next 5 minutes. Talk like Trump.
like Alec Baldwin and Trump having a conversation.
Yeah, let's do that. That'd be
I
good.
can't do Alec Baldwin.
Well, like
He's like
we should like
kind of serious.
improv one or
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm not
Is it
good
called
at it.
improv when you like
Yeah.
make shit up?
Just have a conversation. I'll be
Who do
Alec
I talk
Baldwin.
like?
Baldwin.
I can't do
You'll
any
be Alec
voices.
Baldwin.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You could do Arnold
You'd be a
Schwarzenegger.
Middle Eastern guy.
Just start talking.
Just be yourself.
Just like a heavy accent.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'll do that.
All right.
What are we doing?
So, Mr. Trump, will you please pardon me if you Get elected?
I don't know. You shot him. You shot him hard. Shot him good.
It wasn't my intention to shoot him.
That's the secret to doing Trump.
He
You gotta
should
look
have
like
I
you-
see it.
You got to look like you're in a lot of pain telling somebody something. You kind of fucked up. You messed up big time. I don't know.
I see it billions of times in my head.
When I shoot somebody, they stay dead.
Oh, he stayed dead. It's kind of the problem with all this.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Like figure this out. Imagine like the
stole
president.
her.
I know. It's so cute.
Shit.
Dude, Kitty, stop.
She has the killer instinct. I can feel it.
In her
Right.
fingertip.
You know, he used to buy crickets.
Oh yeah, I used to buy my cat crickets.
No
Feeder
way.
crickets. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah,
Why?
she
Let 'em
do
loose
that.
in the
Just
house.
have crickets around here?
Give him some. Give her some crickets. Stop holding it
Nice.
out.
Are you kidding me? No way.
Do them in the tub.
I
So-
hate bugs. I'm
So
not
the
gonna
ki-
fucking
so the
buy
crickets can't
bugs to
escape?
come in here.
Yeah. Yep.
I
Put them
used
in the
to-
in the tub.
No.
Put them in the
released
tub. Let her
them.
go
No,
crazy.
no way.
She'd be so happy.
I used to have to buy crickets. I used to own a tarantula when I was like 10.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I would buy crickets to feed it. And actually, one time, because I lived at my mom's place during the weekdays and I lived at my dad's on the weekends, it was a Friday. They were coming to pick me up. They rang the doorbell. I was feeding the thing. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go. I left. Came back on Sunday and I go in my room and the tarantula is not in there.
You left the
anymore.
thing open?
I left the lid
Oh,
open.
Is it gone forever?
And we had like family coming in like that weekend to stay with us.
Perfect.
Like in just like a couple days, she was gonna be there to live with us for like a week, and we didn't know where the fucking tarantula was. We like
Did you
tried
have to tell them?
Yeah, we had to tell her like there's a tarantula maybe somewhere here.
We're in the house. We don't know
they
where.
had to call the cops.
and then for it was like a whole week where like we didn't.
Did you find it?
A whole week we were like there it is.
And then it would
And
disappear.
it wasn't there.
No, it was just to fuck with each other. Do that, and then one day we saw it climbing down the fireplace, and so fucking captured
No
it.
way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. You know that happened. We used to have a boa, like a red tail boa.
Oh, really?
And you have to like put it in like a bath once a week to soak so it can shed easier.
Really? Once
And then
a week?
I forgot. We
Yeah.
did. You could do more, less. They get some exercise, like they swim in
They
the water
like to
and whatever.
swim.
Oh, okay.
And then one day we forgot where it was. Or I forgot about it, and then when I went to look for it,
It wasn't in the
It was
tub.
gone. It took like 4 hours to find her, and she was in between like the toilet bowl that the water fills up and the wall. Like
And the
there was
wall.
like a little.
And
Oh,
she had
wow.
curled up on top of where the toilet
Oh,
connects
wow.
to the wall.
That was
Wow.
because I thought it was gone for
That's
sure.
a good hiding spot.
Right when I gave
Very.
up.
That's when we found her.
Wow.
Yeah, we had that red-tailed boa. We had a tarantula. We had a bark scorpion that we'd found in the house that we decided
Just to keep?
to keep.
We just kept. We found a scorpion. We're like, we're gonna be our new pet.
We named
What the
it
hell?
Butters.
What the heck?
We had cichlids in a tank where like the water heater used to be in the
All
house.
before we had a baby.
Yeah, this is before the baby. We have
Your baby's just like, ah.
4 dogs, like 20 chickens,
Wow.
and
You were
a,
nuts.
and a king snake
But now all of them have died.
that lived to bite. That king snake bit my finger one time,
What?
would not let go. It was trying to eat my damn finger.
No way.
And it was only like about as big around as my thumb. Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe. It was a small snake.
That's adorable.
And I
Because
had
their
to
teeth
look
kind of like hook.
hook. So I didn't want to hurt it. Like I could rip it off, but I don't want to
Yeah.
hurt the snake. So I had to look online while this snake is wrapped around my finger, trying to eat my finger like angrily,
What
but
the-
it can't
How to
because
take
it's too
it off.
fucking small. It's just so aggro. And I look up on YouTube video and they're like, take some Listerine on a Q-tip, dab it around the snake's mouth, and it'll let go. And that's what I did.
Wow.
And it fucking
I
worked.
wasn't even
You're-
home. She had to like Google it with one.
With one hand, the snake's eating this hand. I'm just like, how
You're
do
a
I
better
get this
person than I
fucking
would. You remember when you were like 6 and you had
Like
like
killing it.
those Chinese finger handcuffs that you like couldn't escape from? Just rip that shit apart. That's what I would have done.
Literally.
Would've died.
Yeah. Well,
I was like,
that's why I said you're a better person than I.
That snake was
I even found a
angry-
corn snake once.
Angry snake.
Because I did pool cleaning and like
I
I went to
remember that.
clean around this pool pump. Like there was something I had to get around. Ooh, second spill. They
I
were
know.
fucking
Wow, good thing we brought this up.
doing great.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
pop.
came over top. Here, try to keep
It's
that.
okay. Over the
keep-
top.
Yeah, I tried to come over the top right here. Try to
Casey
keep
will
this
know what
thing.
this means. no one else.
I don't think Casey has even watched our podcast.
Fuck him.
The podcast that he was on.
Oh yeah, he hasn't seen.
I don't
it.
think
He's
so.
Too busy eating.
Drinking.
He is eating and drinking a lot.
Did he
That's
move?
something he does. He's in
He lives
California
in San Diego now.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
That's
They
where
give
the baby
fat
lives.
people tax over there, so he's like, I'm gonna move over there, be rich.
No, he pays like close to $4,000 a month just for rent.
Wow.
And it's probably like a hole in the
crazy.
wall, huh?
I'm not sure. I'm sure it's
Hopefully, it's like
middle-
at least like a 2-bedroom.
It's very
apartment.
close to the beach.
It's a whirlpool
You can't beat
refrigerator.
that though. The
That is
beach,
pretty nice.
cardboard
yeah.
box.
Yeah.
That's
It's probably
pretty
worth
nice.
it.
He probably doesn't even go to the beach though.
Like as long as it's controlled temperature.
I think they do a lot at this
climate
stage
control.
for sure. Because I see him on Instagram posting stuff like that. Like at the beach.
Well, that's
He
good.
should be. That's badass, man. I'm happy for
If
him.
I
I'm
lived
just
close, I'd
jealous.
be there all the time.
Oh,
Honestly, like I
jealous.
liked
I'd
him
learn how
so
to
much.
surf.
Like I was just pissed he just didn't come to practice as much.
He's got so much potential. I really do love him.
Not now. Okay.
The potential
I'm
is
just
still
kidding,
there. Not now. He's past
He
his
fucked
prime.
it all up.
He's past his prime.
No.
No.
I know what you mean.
Just
Yeah,
as a human,
100%.
you know, he's like a super fun time to hang out with. Just a great person.
Some of the best one-liners ever.
Hilarious. Way funnier than Mario.
But looks aren't everything.
You should have came in dressed
kidding.
as a Joker, Mario.
I should have.
I almost came in dressed as Nacho Libre.
You know what? Me
You
and
did.
that would have been funny. You know, we could do that sometime. Me and Taylor are gonna do a Halloween podcast, and we already have our. Oh, we're going out for Halloween, and we're gonna record a podcast first.
Nice.
We are Beetlejuice and Lydia.
Nice.
Who's
they
Lydia?
have Lydia Dietz from the Beetlejuice
No, I know
movie.
who she is, but who's gonna be Lydia? You or him?
Yeah, obviously,
Her.
I'm gonna be Lydia.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
somebody's
really? For real?
girlfriend.
No, she's gonna be Lydia.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny.
Beetlejuice is the one with the.
Crazy hair.
You're not talking about the one on Howard Stern.
No.
Oh, I thought you were
From
talking
the
about
movie.
Stern.
Be that one.
From the movie, the Beetlejuice.
What are you
It's
doing
not-
in here? Me? Just hanging around. I love Beetlejuice,
Me?
dude.
Nothing.
Just
Like,
hanging
what's a
around.
carrot? A carrot is
What color is a carrot?
it's
A carrot
Is a carrot.
Carrot color.
it was just so bad.
I've
Poor
never
guy.
funny.
seen Howard Stern, so I have no idea what you guys.
Well, this is just clips off of Instagram. Your algorithm's gonna show you. Don't worry.
Now that it
Listening
hears
to you,
us.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
everyone else is listening right now.
The just hanging around, I bet you have seen because that went like super viral for a while.
He had like the bug out eyes.
Little short.
Little short black guy.
4,
I don't-
3.
She doesn't
5.
know. She doesn't know.
I don't
You
go
have a
on-
whole
I don't go
plethora
on
of
social
videos that you can read.
medias.
Mm.
I'm very boring. I just watch YouTube videos.
He's on
occasionally.
YouTube.
And
You'll
and
see.
you play what's that game with
Minecraft.
Jules?
Bejeweled.
Candy Crush?
Sometimes I play Candy Crush, but my main squeeze is Fate Go. That's the one I play the most.
Fate
Yeah.
Go. What is
Yeah.
that?
Fake.
It's a gotcha
Fate?
game.
Fate or fake?
Fate, Fate.
Fate Go.
It's a super nerdy game. Like it's like fantasy kind of based, but basically you get to like summon characters that are based off of historical figures or mythological figures, and then you get to like do little battles with them.
You can get sponsored by Fate Go.
I am willing.
Well, you're already sponsored by Liquid Death.
That's probably one of my legit sponsors. That and Coca-Cola.
Today was brought to you by What's
You
Those are
make
the
like
butthole
little
of the best.
debuts, right?
Yeah. Of
Which one of these
sponsors.
is like the music for the sponsor?
Oh, So, coming in live at No Credentials, we've got Twisted Tea as one of the official sponsors of the pod. Check out my beautiful Issa in the corner. How good it is.
And we got sponsored today's special. What is it? Episode. What is it called? A section of an episode. It's
Don't worry about it. Just say
called
it.
"What's in Your Butt." Today was day beer.
This segment of What's
Yeah.
in Your Butt.
This segment
What's in
brought
your
to you
butt?
by
Capital One. What's in your butt?
I just fucked it up. I got Liquid Death
great.
in my butt.
What's
What's
in
in yours?
What's in your flesh wallet?
Flesh
Oh, man.
disgusting.
Gross.
Wow. That
That
not
lady that
weed.
you pierced had a flesh wallet.
I said that. Oh yeah.
That's not even.
It
It's
looked
like a flesh
pierceable.
sack.
I mean, you wouldn't think a butthole would look that pierceable, but
Oh,
it
that's a
definitely
coin
was.
purse.
But you didn't
That's horrible.
pierce her butthole.
No.
Did you
no.
tell
To
her?
be clear.
Huh?
Did you tell her like, hey, your
No,
butthole's
I
out?
was like shook. I was like 19, 20 at the time.
Oh
I
my
was
god. Dude, does
That's
that?
traumatizing.
Insane.
What if that stripper thought that was normal? You didn't even know.
I think
Yeah.
she was so out of it and on
She's like,
drugs
my-
that
in
she
my
probably
crowd-
just didn't. She barely even knew like.
She's like,
where
I got
she
the
was,
smallest
I
bottle
Really?
in the whole strip club.
think. Shoot.
Yeah.
Give it up for the
The
butthole.
smallest butthole in the whole strip club.
Wow.
I got a little tiny butthole.
See, she does that sometimes.
My butthole only sticks out 3 inches.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It was.
You brought it up.
I know. I know.
There has been, to be fair, there's been a lot of butthole talk on this.
Dude,
on this.
I could,
much.
I could
Let's
probably
leave it like the
spend a good
podcast.
hour talking about
Buttholes.
weird
Chocolate starfish.
people that come into tattoo studios. Like just
Yeah.
like a good hour, maybe hour and a half. Not
Wow.
even kidding. There's
Bad.
a lot of them out there.
All right.
Yeah.
How many weird people do you say? How many weird, just off the wall shit you have to like go home and talk to someone about? How many times do you think that's happened?
I can't even count on my
Wow.
hands.
You know, we could do a thing like we all have different professions. Mm-hmm. We can each of us talk about one
The
Crazy.
craziest story.
really weird person. Maybe not even the crazy, like whatever comes to mind of like a crazy person that you've had to deal with at your job. You know,
Wow.
like for like tattooing, for example. So tell us one story.
Okay, so one of the first ones that ever happened to me, I hadn't even started like, I had just started tattooing like actual people. So I graduated from Grapefruit. I tattooed on my friend's druggy heroin addict boyfriend and covered up his ex's name that he got in jail, who married and started sleeping with his dad.
He slept with his own dad?
No. His wife left him and
Just-
started sleeping with his dad and then married his dad.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Keep it in the family.
Super Arizona white trash because he was from
Whoa.
Arizona, but he moved out to Texas.
That's
so
wild.
He was bringing the meth with him. But anyway, so this like guy comes in and he's like shorter, kind of has like a jolly elf Santa Claus look to him, little pot belly, but like skinny legs, skinny arms, and he's like, I have this scar from a mole that I got removed on my stomach, and I want to get something around it to detract from the scar because it kind of got, raised or whatever. And we're like, okay, sure. He's like, see? And just pulls his pants down, had no underwear on, just his tackle out for everybody to see. And it's like, look, it's right there. It was just pointing at it. And then I kid
Where
you
was
not.
it? Right next to it?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
Ween
Yeah,
or
like
something?
maybe like 2 to 3 inches away from the ween, like on his groin was the scar.
Wow.
And he was just pantsed himself right there, like ass out,
Yeah.
wiener out, just for everybody to see. And my boss at the time, his like 17-year-old nephew was there,
Oh my God.
hanging out with us for the day. And so, because he was visiting from Louisiana. And so this guy, I shit you not, pantsed himself probably like 5 more times that day within the
Wow.
interaction.
What the hell?
Dude, no. So it was like he was getting up,
You
and
wanna
this
see?
was like
You wanna see?
yeah, like literally.
Did you,
But
did you just walk in?
but there were only like 4 people in there. Like it was me, him, and then my boss and my boss's nephew. So only 4 people
What
in the
the
shop.
hell?
This is like the middle of the day, like probably like noon, like right when we first opened. And this was like an old school shop, so we had all the flash on the wall. He's going around, yeah, I want something like maybe like a little lizard, one of those cute little colorful geckos around it, like circling
little.
around it, like not on it, but like circling around it, like just circling around. And he just kept pulling his pants off, just like, this one's really great. I think that one would look really great, like right there. Just any fucking chance he had to just fucking pants himself, he was doing it.
Wow.
And then the last straw was my boss was getting ready to actually do the tattoos. This is the guy that apprenticed me. And the guy's getting ready, and something had spilled on the floor, and his nephew was like he'd spilled his soda from Sonic, and he was mopping it up around the bottom of the
He
chair.
pulled his pants off. He's
and
like,
he
"I got it."
pulled his pants down, like
You're
right
in my
there.
pants.
And my boss didn't even ask him to do that. And then when he looked up, his ass was just like right, like literally this far away from his nephew's
Oh,
face.
God.
Like it was just right on his face. And he's like, yeah, right there. Then he just pulled him back up again. I was like, why was that even necessary? Like,
Wow.
it was so
What a weirdo.
just a fucking weird. And then he got his tattoo and he was super happy. And then he left. And we never
Never saw it. Blood again.
That's wild.
My boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he end up getting the gecko?
Yeah, he got a little gecko.
Right here.
Yeah, right there.
He goes to the place to get it removed. He's like, hey, I gotta get this tattoo removed right here.
He keeps doing it. He keeps coming back to get it covered up just to keep like, doing the experience
So
again
he
and again.
can lay flash people. So bad.
Who's that guy from Family Guy? The really old dude. Like, what you doing? Let me get your candy.
What
Yeah.
you do?
What's
You
his
want to
name?
see my gecko tattoo?
Hey, Chris.
Dude, do you remember
I've got some popsicles
The-
in the basement for you. Get your
When we
big
trained-
muscly arms over here. Help me move some things in my yard.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
been practicing?
She's like, I'm
We
gonna
got
be
some
ready.
mornings.
She's like, I'm gonna be ready for that podcast.
So we've got
One
some
of
neighbor
these
kids around
days,
here.
My creepy pedophile Family Guy impersonation is going to come in handy.
That old guy,
This might
remember
have
him?
been it. This might be the moment.
What do they say? Like, there's two important times in your life: the day you're born and the day you realize why.
I hope this is not why you were born.
Me too.
But the real
Personal
question is, do you
reasons.
guys want to see my gecko tattoo?
No.
Imagine Mario's the guy the whole time.
How you doing?
Like, oh my god, I remember that gecko.
It's
right on my
She
third
blocked
nipple.
out his face because of like
That guy
the
had a
I
trauma.
third
know.
nipple,
I
too.
literally don't remember much about what his face looked like, but I remember his little pot belly because he was just showing it off so much, and I remember what his little
That's really funny.
Frankenbeans looked like.
Wow.
Frank.
He's tiny, tiny little guy.
Wow. Wow.
It was cold
Not
in
even
there.
He
impressive to
still
look
wanted to
at.
get it out there.
No.
Did he try to
Wow.
get like a smaller gecko to make it look better?
It
Bigger?
was like the smallest gecko he could possibly get to get around the scar. Like it was just.
It was
most-
actually an Indonesian slime back.
Is that like the smallest
It
little?
was-
Those
it
small
in-
little geckos you can find.
Oh, is that a
Oh
real
my
type of?
God.
I just made that up.
You're getting canceled,
It was
dude.
very convincing.
All right, so how about you, Issa?
Yeah, what's the craziest?
What's your story?
What funny you ask? I honestly, I don't. Like, maybe not at my own like establishment, but I guess jiu-jitsu has been my job for a long time. Remember, the guy he used to go. I'm not gonna say whose gym. The gym at gym me and Mario used to go to, right?
Sorry.
That guy only lasted there for a couple months, and then like we're like, hey, how come like? Because he still was wearing the patch to his old gym. Like, well, you seem like you really like him. Why are you training here? He's like, well, I got pepper sprayed. We're like, what? That's a red flag.
Coming in hard.
But then, like, so every time he kept asking me to roll, and at the time I was like 19, maybe 20, and he kept asking me to roll, and every time I rolled with him, he would let me. Well, I'd get him in a triangle or whatever, and he would just sit there and not tap and like just like move around and like make these faces like he's enjoying himself, and it always made me let go. Like I'd be like, I guess you just escaped. Like I'm gonna just choke you from the back, like you know. And then like I picked up his pattern. He was only literally rolling with the dudes that were like maybe 25 was like his max. And he was like 75, 80 years old.
Whoa.
Literally, he was so old where his back was bent in a certain shape and he couldn't get out of that shape. So he was either in turtle or he was on his knees or he was standing. Like there was,
No.
he couldn't do any other
Come on
jujitsu.
over here and grapple me with
He
your
was
muscly
literally like that
arms.
guy.
I swear to God.
He was like the living embodiment
Then I went
of
and
that
told
guy.
Steve, I was like, hey, Steve, have you noticed that maybe I'm looking too far into this? Because I like to look into things. But
Hashtag.
that guy is only rolling with the younger dudes. And then he gets in our submission holds and he looks like he's really enjoying it. And Steve looked at me, he's like, I noticed that too. I thought he was going to be like, you're crazy, you know?
Yeah.
And then like, that was one of the last days that he was in practice because like they kicked him out.
Oh wow.
But
How
Tell him
weird.
about the party.
So he comes to the party, right? He comes to a party we have, and we're all at the instructor's house, at the main instructor, and he shows up with like these like burlap sacks of corn, just straight out freshly picked corn, not cooked, not seasoned, not buttered, just dry corn, freshly husked. At least he husked.
Freshly husked.
He husked it.
Did he cook them?
He's the Dr. Huxtable. Huh?
Cooked?
No, they were
Chef.
raw. They were raw. They
Raw
were
corn?
fucking Lady
Bunch of ears of
Gaga.
corn.
Fucking raw.
I never knew about the raw part.
And he was like, and he was walking. Oh, that's what he
Changes
did. He
things.
walked around and he was handing people the corn. He was like, here's some corn. And I remember thinking, like, the fuck?
See that face?
Like, what is going on here, dude?
He's like, you want some corn on a knob?
and you know what? Like,
Yeah.
somebody
What did he
like
say?
took one. They were like, sure. And when they grabbed it, he like held on to it a little bit longer than he should have. It was kind of like a tug of war, tug of corn. It was weird.
of my corn?
You want some corn?
Come grab my corn.
Anyways, yeah, that was just weird. It had, I don't know what he got off on it. Maybe he like, oh God, I just thought.
Well, he got kicked out.
maybe
long
he like
story
rubbed the
short.
corn on his balls or something, and then he was
Handed
handing it
people.
out and like getting off on it, you know?
Remember? No?
Oh, you're saying first and last names on the podcast?
Yeah.
Bacon.
Don't look him up.
Don't look him up.
No, this is like 12 years ago. He's like a 32-year-old man now.
Yeah.
But anyways, he got molested by him.
Oh, not like
No.
hardcore.
Okay. Hey,
Babe.
edit that out.
Just
he did it.
got
I was
wrestled-
joking.
He was
He
wrestling
would
him.
let him like get him in submissions and not do anything.
He would let
about
him manhandle him.
Definitely cut that part out. Maybe like you could do that.
Yeah.
Let's just say he.
That's possible.
Let's just say he took
Tell
his
them
corn off the cob.
minute 74.
Oh my
He
God.
took the corn. Let's just say that.
He took the corn.
Wow.
Anyways, I shouldn't have said his full name.
That's okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah. How about you, Joey?
Yeah, what's your
Come on, dude. What's your craziest?
freak,
I feel like
freak
you don't have
customer
any.
story?
I'm
No,
not
he
sure if I have
worked
any
at Raw
freak-
Sushi. You have to have some good
Oh
ones.
yeah, that's true.
He didn't think about it. It's okay.
I'm not sure if I have any just like freak weird people
No.
stories off the top of my head. I've had like stories of people trying to scam me before, but not just like weird people.
like the police that.
No.
Try to look at your butt.
I didn't want to say it again. Too many
No, I
mentions.
don't know. I don't
Do you
think
remember the dude? Like, I was. This is before open mat, and I was doing a private lesson with Eric, and then you came a little bit early just to do it, and then that little guy walks in to challenge.
that was crazy. Yeah, that was one of
That's
the weirdest
The Mexican guy with the jeans.
Crazy.
things. Yeah.
The affliction gene.
I don't know if it was Mexican, but if I had to assume, yes.
Did he say? Was
Maybe
he like,
not.
I want to keep my belt buckle on?
I think he was a white guy.
You know what? He was sunburnt and tiny,
Yeah.
so it's hard to tell.
It's hard
El
to tell.
Salvadorian.
It could be like
Guadalajara.
It could have been Iranian, like
I think he's just a crazy
you
little
don't think
white
it
guy.
was Middle Eastern.
He's just a
I
crazy
think it was an
guy.
angry little white guy.
Yeah.
He was crazy.
Yeah.
For sure.
A psychopath.
Is it true heroin turns you brown?
No.
Oh,
No.
so Ray Charles was.
We need like an opposite of applause for you sometimes. Wow. I honestly guessed there. It said trombone.
Did you really not know?
I swear to God, I didn't. Yeah.
That sounded
I mean,
like-
I've played around with it before,
Awesome.
I sound like a rusty
Loser.
trombone.
Which one's like the devil voice?
but you want to do Devil's Voice?
No, but I'm just curious.
Let's talk about buttholes. Ooh, I like that. You would. You want to see my gecko? Wow, that sounds really. I really like you. You're a good guy. I fucking love you. I wanted a Ferrari cake. This is Acura cake. Hey, Satan. So I was moving about 17 kilos a week from the Novello cartel. 666. You're
Butthole, my-
Isn't that usually how they like the people who've been like working for like drug cartels? Who's like,
yeah.
So I was moving a lot of weight, and all I did was I was a heroin mule for
6 months, and oh God, no!
Oh, they're gonna know who I am now.
They checked my butthole.
That's a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Your butt.
That's a lot of truth.
Yep.
Why does it keep coming back to butt stuff? With
I don't
you?
know. It's straight in there.
You are the one that talked about a 4-inch butthole.
Yeah, you did.
It was a prolapse.
It was on
Whoa.
topic. Yeah.
Anal cavity.
It was on topic, though. I gotta say.
It was
I
a
don't think
crevasse.
it was her. It might have been me that
Well, you
started
keep
it.
Yeah,
talking
he-
about
he started it.
smuggling and drugs. That's on
He
topic.
started it. Yeah, you
Yeah,
started the
I
you
think
butt.
I
started
did
it with
start
the
it.
drug
You've really kept it
smuggling.
going, though.
I
Yeah.
try not to,
And
but
you've
in
tried-
the end,
Are you,
that's what
though?
happens.
Are you
I
really
think
trying?
you've tried too.
All right,
It
Mario.
all comes out in the
It's
end.
your turn. Weird
All right,
question.
who
No
has
butthole
the?
Weird
We
story.
need like an official butthole meter count. Yours is at like 14. His is at like 7. I'm probably at like 11, 7, 11. Whoa.
So like when
What do
somebody's
you
trying to
think?
raise money.
You did
Channel
a
8.
5-minute butthole story.
When people
so.
are trying to raise
did.
money, say
Yeah, and they have like the meter behind them. It's like we're up to $5 million. We're gonna.
Yeah.
We'll have a butthole meter.
It's like the stock market.
Every time we say butthole, donate more money.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one.
Do you like butthole cancer? That's like a real cancer.
It is.
I don't think
Do
that's
I
what they
like
call
it?
it.
It's a deadly cancer.
Yeah, one of
I don't
the
think they
worst.
call it that.
It's like
Anal
colon cancer.
Anal cancer.
Or
No, it's
colon
not.
cancer,
It's
I think.
colon.
Anal.
Well, no,
pretty sure it's
colon
colon
cancer is different from
Anal
anal
ca-
cancer.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you
Wow.
sure?
Because
Yeah.
colon is in
Colon
your
is-
colon,
Yeah,
which
it
is
is.
the receptacle for your feces before it goes through the anal canal, which is where it passes through to exit your body. So you can actually get anal cancer, colon cancer, and intestinal cancer.
Can you
Is
get
this us trying to not talk about butthole?
can you get butt cheek cancer?
What's the portion of it
I mean,
called?
I guess if you got like a melanoma on your butt cheek, yeah, that would
There
be
you go.
butt cheek cancer.
What's it called when you're like 2 or 3 inches in? Is that
Is that still the
anus?
Yeah,
Or
that's
anal
still your
cavity?
anus. So you have like a good section between your colon and your and
Oh,
that's your
interesting.
rectum.
Like how big?
So it's like your colon and then your rectum is the.
I think if you
anal
stretched all
canal.
that out, it's like 30 yards or something.
That's your intestines.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, is
intestinal.
it connected though?
Well, so
Well,
we're
it's,
we're like
There you go.
they say like
It's all the same thing.
We're a tube inside a tube. That's like what certain animals are, where there are tubes inside of tubes, which other animal like certain animals will eat and then regurgitate or something, or not all animals have like eat and then poop it out process.
Owls actually regurgitate a lot of what they eat.
Owls?
Well, because they eat mice and stuff whole, they can't digest the bones and the fur, so they'll regurgitate out. They call it pellets.
Yeah,
Owl pellets.
we dissected an owl pellet in like high school.
And you see all the little bones and the
Some
fur
white people
and
shit.
everything.
I don't know. Iranians have fought in the UFC before.
I thought he was a.
Was he the first one on the main card or undercard?
Maybe. I don't know now. I may
I'm
have
sure
been.
there's been some on the undercard.
Well, one of Khabib's first UFC fights was versus an Iranian.
Oh, okay.
He beat the guy, obviously. He's fucking 29-0. But that guy did good. I
Islam
forgot his
did-
name. Kamal Shalarus, I think, maybe.
Oh wow.
Remember him?
Didn't forget
Is
his
that-
name.
Is that right? Does that sound
I
right? The
think
bald
that is
guy?
it. Yeah, yeah.
He waxed his entire body because we all know Iranians have body hair.
Oh, and he came out hairless.
What's that?
He
He,
came out
literally came
hairless.
out hairless.
You're like,
cat.
yeah, right.
I was like, get out of here, dude. Where's your rug?
Our daughter the other day said, "Daddy, you're a rug, and I'm a peach."
She's
She's like,
she's
wait
a
till you
peach,
get
I'm a
older.
rug.
Oh, you're a peach.
And I'm a rug.
She's gonna be a rug when she gets older because of you.
I hope not.
Probably.
Don't ever wish that upon my daughter.
I'm not wishing it. Just most likely.
I don't know. Her coloring takes a lot after
She's
me.
a white girl.
Saying
She's
it's
a white
more
girl.
like you-
She's got a lot of white girls.
She's half.
So, and I'm pretty. I'm
Really just wants you to be
She'll be half of a rug.
Yeah,
Half of a rug.
Yeah,
She'll
there
be
you
like
go.
the tiny little
but
rug
not
you
as
put
bad as you.
by
of
the
course.
front.
Yeah.
entryway rug, not a full Persian.
Yeah.
I hope not, dude. This is. Don't ever wish that
You got
upon.
that thing where it's like out of each follicle, where like usually a hair comes out
Three.
like
Three.
3 or
No,
4
literally.
come out. Yeah.
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 I'm proud of it, bro.
Yeah. I'm very hairy as well, actually. I got a hairy chest, hairy everything.
Make your hairy chest debut on the podcast.
Oops. Oh, hairy chest. Here's some big ass fries.
Whoops. I thought that was going to be the.
Carl's Jr. I think he switched it on you.
Well, because now it's the voice changers. If you
Yeah.
go to the other
Oh,
one-
that arrow.
Yeah, so this one.
Idiot. Oh,
will
wait a
go
minute.
to- this one will go to it.
Mar, it already does. It already changes your voice. You don't have to be like,
Oh, I was
Anyway.
doing it
Notice it.
extra.
super.
He's
We
changed.
got super off track. I want to hear your freak customer story.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Customer story.
15
Because
minutes
I bet you
later.
got some weirdos.
Okay, I'll tell you a story that's not freak per se, but it is sad. All right, you guys ready?
Freaky
Yeah.
sad.
So
We're
there's
ready.
this guy. He was always talking to me in Spanish, but he was an old white guy. And I mean, it's not a big deal. I can speak a little Spanish, but he would be like,
But not much.
Senor Valenzuela, why don't you speak Spanish? And I'd be like, oh my god, this fucking
So can't.
And so every single day he'd call in something all the time. I'm like, oh, I got my butthole. And then one day, okay, he used to take oxygen,
Okay.
and he was like the kind of guy that was lazy, and he would smoke cigarettes at the same time. And
My
what he would
grandmother
do,
and grandfather both did that shit.
Oxygen in the nose.
Smoke
Yeah.
cigarettes while they've
And
got the oxygen on.
wild.
and he didn't
Yeah.
want to like breathe in. So as soon as the tank would go about halfway, he would throw it away, and then he would put it to the side and get a new one. So this dude, I wake up in the morning, right? No, I'm at my girlfriend's house and we're hanging out. And this is a long ass time ago. And I'm watching the news, and they're like, a very large explosion that killed one older gentleman, elderly man, on 17th Avenue, and something was happened today. And they were like showing the parts of what was going on, and I was like, dude, that's one of my rentals. And then ended up, he blew himself up.
Shut up.
He was so saturated with oxygen that he completely it incinerated him.
Shut up.
I'm not kidding.
He went
dude.
up like
Whoa.
a candle.
Like, even
Spontaneous
he-
human
he-
combustion.
basically, because he fell asleep while he was smoking, and because everything got saturated with oxygen, everything was super flammable. So his cigarette fell on his bed, it just went up, and
Whoa.
he blew up. And then,
That's
Shut up.
luckily, both sides were
crazy.
concrete, and it didn't hurt anybody else. It just blew his windows out on both sides.
Is this in a retirement home?
Nope.
Wow.
He retired, but
Like a condo, basically.
it was a townhouse condo situation.
Wow.
For
That's
retired people?
No. He
Wow.
was,
Just a
yeah,
regular-
he just wanted to live on his own.
Well, they got lucky. There's concrete walls.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Blast from the past. That's what happened right now.
That's what you were saying. Like as a property manager, like properties that are like multi-unit or multi-level are more of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Because if like level 4 has a leak,
Or a fire.
All the
everybody has a
levels.
fucking leak.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or like a flooding or something. it just
Fires,
goes through.
flooding,
That's crazy.
oxygen chambers.
Exploding.
Or if you have a hoarder that lives next door,
They're
Yeah.
rats.
Or like a Jeffrey
Fucking
Dahmer
bugs.
type person.
Ooh.
Have you ever watched? Did you watch the thing on that
Dahmer.
with Dahmer?
I mean, he was burying people underneath his floorboards in his like apartment, right?
Yeah.
And other people could
And like
smell
in
it.
the
an
freezers.
apartment?
Yeah, in an apartment.
Yeah, he was in an apartment.
In an apartment.
In a freezer.
In
But
an
it's like
apartment.
it was
in
in
a
an
freezer,
older
in
area.
his like fridge freezer, in the actual fridge, in like a fucking thing in there. He was just putting it in the walls.
He's really good at Tetris.
The worst one was the guy in Britain that was murdering people the same way that he was. Like
Jack-
he was going after gay guys.
Jack the
And-
Ripper.
No, this is more recent, but he was chopping them up and then like boiling them in a pot on his stove and then shoving the remains and flushing them down the toilet. And it was
Whoa.
clogging up the pipes. And so everybody could smell it. They're like, everything smells like death. And they finally hired
Literally.
plumbers to come out and like roto-root the fucking apartment building. And they're like, they found a bone and then they called the police.
Whoa.
And then that's
He's
how they caught
flushing
the
it
guy.
with a bone and
Yeah,
everything.
because there
That's
was like
crazy.
multiple human remains. They couldn't identify anybody because he like boiled
That's
them
crazy.
and like dismembered them
God.
so much. But they were like, yeah, you,
That's
like,
wild.
Did they find
Yeah.
any buttholes in there?
This guy. You
boiled-
said you were not trying.
He boiled the butthole. Sorry.
Yeah, you know, your story I think made me remember a crazy person. There's actually a crazy guy that lives in this complex. And
Shit.
me and him,
Complex drama.
All you hear is,
well, me and him were friendly for the longest. He's like, he's an older guy, probably like 60 or in his 60s or something, like a Midwestern type of person, like. I don't know, just an old weird guy. And I would see him all the time. He had 4 dogs. I actually
That's
met
a
him.
lot of
I met him before he lived here. He had these like little pinchers, like I forget what they're called. They're like the ones that like point, they like here, but they're like
Pointer?
gray and white.
Oh no, he had Italian greyhounds.
Yeah, greyhounds. That's
There
exactly
you
what he
go.
had. Yeah, he had greyhounds. He had 4 of them. And I met him before he ever lived here because he was like a super friendly guy. You'd meet him and he's like, you're like his best friend, like right away. And then he lived here for a while, and he was like a guy I was friendly with for the longest because I went over there, I smoked weed with him a bunch of times. Like
We smoke weed with this dude.
He was just like an old, and I realized like I realized he's like kind of a drunk, you know, like, and that's why he was so friendly a lot of the times. He was just kind of drunk all the time. And one time I went to leave and my car wouldn't start. It had a dead battery, and I don't know too many people in the complex, but I knew Jimmy, my boy Jimmy, and I'd be like, I called him up. I'm like, hey Jimmy, it was like 10 a.m. and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to leave. Would you mind jumping me? I've got the cables and everything. He's like, yeah, for sure. Come over. I come over. We're talking. We go out. Like, I noticed something's like a little off. I'm like, maybe this guy's buzzed already. Later, I found out he'd already drinking 2 bottles of wine. It's 10 a.m. He's already 2 bottles of wine deep. We get in the car. He just, my parking spot's like on this side of the parking lot. His is just on the other side. It's not a far distance. It's like, 30 yards, 40 yards or something. He backs out of his spot, starts going, floors it. Just goes, to go through. I'm like, Jimmy, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I'm like, there's people out. It's the morning. There's people walking. Like, he's about to almost hit someone. I'm like getting
That's
angry
crazy.
with him that now he's doing this. And then he slows down, fucking talking to me, does it again. Goes around the corner, like my parking spot's right
It's
here.
out of nowhere.
He has to, out of nowhere. He
So
has to go.
aggro for a parking lot.
There's like a small little U-turn he has to make to get on the other side of the parking lot to go nose to nose with me. He goes, drifts like around the corner in his little old fucking
Screaming like Tokyo Drift.
yeah, and comes to a screeching stop 3 inches from a car that he almost hit. 3 inches. It was right on, and literally a screeching stop to where he pounded on the brakes. It's an old car, like locked up and like screeched to a stop, almost wrecked this thing. At this point, I'm pissed off. I'm like, dude, get the fucking jump me and then get the fuck out of here. And and so
Still need your help. But get the fuck out after that.
well, now we're nose to nose. Like now, I need my car jumped and everything still.
Right.
And
Might
so
as well go through with it at this point.
Yeah, so we jump my car, and he knows I'm pissed off at him at this point. Like, I'm
Yeah.
angry with him. He almost fucking hit a car, hit a pedestrian. Like, this was just wild behavior for early in the morning. And so he leaves in kind of a scuff, fucking peels off, does the same thing. Now my car's running. I'm like, whatever. He's fucking gone. Peels off just to get back to his parking lot, his parking spot. Goes over there. So there's, parkings on the very left lane, a center lane of parking, and parking on the far side. He's on the far side, skirts through the center lane, side swipes a car, smashes into it, and then gets into his parking spot.
That's fucking crazy.
I was like, what the fuck
Goes
just
back
happened?
home.
He just goes back home, apparently. I just leave to go do my shit because I'm like, what, fucking,
Didn't see nothing.
this crazy person, is doing some
Yeah.
shit. I just come back like an hour later. Police are here, of course.
Yeah.
And then, I didn't really know exactly what happened, if they found him, how they, whatever. Next time I see him, he's like, you owe me $80.
What?
I was like, what are you fucking talking about? He's like, you owe me $80. And from this point, we were just extremely contentious with each other. And he got in this argument with me just randomly. And I imagine something happened after that event. Where the police
is he
came.
still here?
Or something. Yeah, he still lives. I mean, last time I saw him. And
Want to go knock on his door?
we can see if he's still there. He's like, you still owe me $80. Well, and so every time randomly I'd see him like, you fucking owe me money, scream in the middle of just walk. I had Molly here. I'd walk her all the time. We'd occasionally run into her because he had dogs, and he'd fucking scream. I'm like, Jimmy, I swear to God, I'm gonna call the fucking police if you do this in public. I don't, or do this in general. You're just a psychopath.
Crazy.
In private, you can't.
Hey, did you ask him what the $80 was for?
I honestly didn't
Get
get
an
in with
invoice.
it.
Trying to be all logical.
I realized.
Break it down. What?
I realized the guy's schizophrenic because I talked to him even when we were friends.
Poor
he
guy.
didn't, even even when we were friends, he didn't have a job, and the government paid for his rent and stuff. Holding a job was impossible. He told me he'd been kicked out of every single bar in Old Town. We'd actually been drinking together at like the Pig and Pickle that used to be over here. We were friendly, like we knew each other. We're friends with each other. And then after this event, we're just fucking screaming at each other every time. And
all because he got drunk and ran into somebody trying to help.
I want to know what this $80 is for.
One time I walked out.
why?
I get out of my house. I'm about to walk Molly. I noticed he had 4 dogs originally. Then like when we were still friends, he was down to 3 because like one had health problems, and he was like, just feeding him raw stuff, and like he's could barely take care of himself. Like he's hardly taking care of these ones. They had the giant lumps on him, which some of that happens naturally, but some of it happens from poor caretaking. He'd all blamed it on the going to the vet and stuff. I walk out of my house one day, and he happens to be right there down the stairs with one dog this time, and he's like, "I heard you're a cop," and I'm like,
Oh, no.
I'm like, I see you're down to 1 dog. Would you kill the other 3?
Oh God.
Oh,
You said that?
He's like, "How dare you!" Runs over to me and fucking, "Oh fuck it!" I was like, "I swear to God, Jimmy, I'm gonna fucking punch you in your mouth if you start screaming." Like we get to like almost like a fight right here, and maybe a 30-second yelling session, and then he fucking leaves, and I go back to work. It was in the middle of the day. I actually just had to stop home to walk Molly.
Poor guy.
Well, now you owe him $160.
And
Yeah.
then the very last time I saw him,
emotional damage.
and the last time I saw him, my dad came here to come pick me up. We were gonna go to dinner. We just both didn't have anything to do on a Saturday night. He was gonna come pick me up. We're gonna go to a nice place to dinner in downtown Phoenix. And he's down there. I just didn't come out right away. He's like, he honked a couple times or something for me to come out. I go outside, and Jimmy is in his fucking passenger window talking to him. And as soon as he sees me coming downstairs, he's like, "What the fuck?" Starts yelling and shit. I get over, and he's in front of the car on the passenger side. My dad's in the car, like trying to leave, and I'm in front, like trying to get him out of the way. I'm like, "Jimmy, get the fuck out of the way. I swear I'm gonna call the fucking police." He's screaming and shit. He leans in the car. He's like spitting as he talks.
Jesus.
And I'm like, "Just Jimmy, get the fuck away." I'm like, I have this chain on right here. He's like, "Oh, give me that chain. That will cover the $80. And then he's fucking yelling. I'm like, "Just Jimmy, go the fuck away. I swear to God, I'm gonna call the fucking police. You're the police." And then out of nowhere, before I realized it, my dad had gotten out of the car, walked around, clotheslined him. Your dad clotheslined him to the ground. I get on top of him on a knee on belly, and I thought it was like a fight about to happen now. I'm like ready to start punching, and he's like, "Okay, I give up." Right, bro? "You owe me $75.
You know what? We're even now.
I'll give you a discount.
And so,
Don't kick my ass.
and so we both get. I get up, we get in the car, and fucking go have dinner. And that was the last time I've seen
Wow.
it.
Jimmy, do you and your dad talk about that?
Yeah, I
Was
mean,
it
we talked
was it
about
on
it that
Father's
night
Day?
a lot. I don't think
Was
I've
it
talked about him too
Father's Day?
I knew your
too
dad
much
was a
since.
gangster.
That's awesome, dude.
That's some old school shit, though.
Fucking
Not
Andre.
Oh, you
Yeah.
want to fight?
Clothesline.
Whoa.
Yeah, you just brought him to
boom.
he hit the car next to it, like smacked into it, went to the ground. I got a knee on belly. I thought I was gonna start fucking hitting him, and then he gave up.
Oh.
I think the slap maybe caused a button to hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking crazy people.
Super crazy
Wow.
people.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was awesome. That was a
Well,
good story.
Issa had that one crazy friend that you fucked up one time at a party that was stalking us for a while. That was intense.
Really?
Rex? Oh, shit.
I didn't beat him up.
Yeah, go again with the
No,
names.
but you fucked up his hand. Like his hand was broken after.
Oh.
So Mario.
He punched me in the
Don't
face.
say
a
his
lot.
name, but yeah.
No, if people don't
Full
know,
name, I guess, now.
Mario
First name basis.
is a Knuckles champion. Like you can't play Knuckles with him unless you want to break your hand.
Show them your middle finger.
Not anymore.
And
Not
for
anymore.
people who don't know,
Well-
knuckles is like you basically like take a knuckle and punch each other's fist or what is it?
Yeah,
just punch each other's
straight-
fists.
Straight knuckle like that. Yeah.
Just like
Yeah,
that.
just
Just-
knuckle-
don't
don't do it.
He
Well,
has really
I'm
hard
not
knuckles.
trying
Break your
to. I
think he'd probably win.
I didn't completely understand the game. Is it like you hit the top of the fist?
No,
or-
No, it's like punching each other's hands.
that
Oh,
way.
oh, okay.
Straight on.
Straight
so you
on
just
punch.
punch each other's hands.
So for whatever reason, he just really wanted to play me really bad.
Really
I think
bad.
Issa had told him,
That he
yeah,
was the
don't play
knuckle
Mario
champ.
Knuckles because he's crazy when it comes to
I've
knuckles.
seen him fuck some people up and
So
not
Rex comes along, and you know, it's not about how like hard your knuckles are. I mean, that has a little bit to do with it. It's more of like psychological and knowing how to hit somebody just right and knowing how to take it. You know, not
You
take
don't
it.
have to have hard knuckles too.
And you have to have hard knuckles.
Because if you're both crazy, then the harder knuckle
He
wins.
was crazy, dude.
No, this guy was
he went
literally
dude.
crazy.
He was like going 100%. And I would just try to move it just a little bit where I knew it would like fuck
him.
him up the worst.
That's cheating.
Dude, his hand,
No, that's strategizing.
his
Yeah.
hand was like immediately it pumped up. Pumped
like
up.
that
No,
big.
his hand was fucking huge.
Balloon.
oh, really?
He deserved it though.
Swollen.
That guy was a motherfucker. Creepy. Creepy motherfucker.
It's like, let's not get lost here.
I don't want her to come back and try to kill him.
Seriously though, like confirmed psychopath.
Well, anyways, we played. I don't know why he was like, he really wanted to show Issa like no, I can win. And then I remember
he could
I could
not.
see it in his eyes when he was about to hit me again, and I was just like, I don't know what happened, but he was just like, all right, you win.
Well, his fucking hand
His
broke.
hand broke.
Oof, yeah. Nice.
Then he refused to admit his hand was broken.
So he started
No,
doing
it
stuff.
always gets
fucking
like that.
He's like, give me that pickle jar. Watch
At night
this.
it swells up.
It's like a pufferfish, you know. I just self-defense.
Oh my god, that guy was psycho.
Hey, we're seeing. Who are we seeing tonight, Joey?
Shane Gillis. Have you ever seen him before?
I don't even know who this person is.
I've
no
seen him on
way.
So it's
JRE.
gonna be a total surprise for
Oh,
me.
that's awesome, honestly. I think you're going to have so much fun.
I mean, I like comedy shows. I've never been to a comedy show I didn't have fun at. So, oh no,
better-
I think
you
I'm
better-
good.
In Iran, we make one woman drink twisted teas. Only twisted tea.
I just want to pace myself because I never drink anymore
I'm good. Thank you.
because I'm a hardcore mom. And
Hardcore mom.
hardcore.
Well, that's so cool.
You know what
How
she
lo-
does?
how
She
old
does
is
like
Amy
mom
now?
mosh pits.
4.
4? Huh.
Goodness.
How long have you guys been together?
Since summer of 2011, June 2011.
2011.
That's when we first
Wow.
started dating.
So like 12 years? Just had like 12-year anniversary?
Damn.
Wow.
July, yeah.
Do you guys celebrate anniversaries?
Yeah.
we do.
It's not as crazy since we've had our daughter. Now it's like
Yeah.
her birthday.
Yeah, those are big celebrations.
Then we have Christmas.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
And then
all
if-
around her.
My birthday is only 10 days after my daughter, so sometimes we remember her.
Mostly about her.
Last year we took you to Hawaii for your birthday.
yeah.
That's
We
really
still
cool.
celebrate hers.
Nice.
Mine,
Well, that's because we go on a. That's
not
because
so much.
That's because we go on a trip around that time of the year, though.
And it's so close
Because
to
it's
Hammy's.
for your birthday. Why do we choose that time of the year?
And because yours is so close to Hammy's, you're just getting
It's like
fucked
10
right
days
there.
later.
Yeah.
It's okay. I
no,
never
the
really
one who
liked
gets
it.
effed the most is his sister, Miriam, because she's 5 days after.
And then I'm 10 days after my
And
daughter.
Mm.
So and then he's 5 days after her. So
guys
it's
are all
like
partied
she's
out?
like in the
Oh, wow.
middle, like
What time of
think
year
we've-
do you get? Was your birthdays?
August.
August.
You know the worst time though is like my mom. She's December 27th,
That's the
2 days
worst.
after Christmas.
That's
that's
the
pretty
worst.
bad.
That's it's like even as a kid, you're getting fucked.
You're getting fucked.
yeah,
Yeah.
because like everyone's spending the money on Christmas, and
His
then
mom's is 2 days after New Year's. It always like creeps up.
same thing. It's like you're right after
Is it
Christmas.
January
Mine
2nd?
is the 29th, so it's right after Thanksgiving.
That's not bad though. She
Yeah, it's
gets-
a whole month to save
that's-
up more money.
You were fine. You went to Hawaii last year. That's not that bad. No, it's just we just happened to go around this time of the year. I don't know why. It's like-
Well, that's cool. You guys have a very like healthy relationship. One of the people that like take inspiration from is just from a relationship for sure because you know you speak the highest of Margaret. Like she's literally your queen. Like it's a beautiful thing.
alright.
When you know you'll see people who like are with someone and speak badly about them behind their back, and it's the most like gross
yeah.
thing.
Every relationship like takes work.
Yeah, of course.
And if you're like willing to do it and the other person wants to as well, is a way to like figure out how
Well, it's a
to
lot like
move forward.
like everybody has their like problems or their hangups in life, right? So it's a lot easier to grow as a person on your own as an individual. It's a lot harder to grow together with someone and kind of grow around each other, but still be together.
As you're both going through these challenges and trying to grow as an individual,
Yeah.
you have to keep it together as a couple.
You
too.
can't always be like, this is just me, my journey. Like it's just all my struggle. When you're really with somebody and living and, especially if you're raising a kid, you kind of have to both be like, I have to accommodate you as much as I expect you to accommodate me. Because if you're not both accommodating each other, somebody's getting the shit into the stick in
Makes
their
sense.
butthole.
Wow.
In and out, really fast.
Gosh.
Jesus.
Any advice for someone who's semi newly head over heels for a person? I feel like I'm absolutely in love with Taylor. I'm so lucky that I found her, and I feel so amazing about her. But we've been together maybe 5 months or so now, and from someone who's been together for 12 years, do you have any advice for a newly in love couple?
I always say enjoy the new phase, like let it last as long as it lasts. Like definitely enjoy that because that's fun and special, and it's something you'll look back on like with fondness. And when you're
Remember I used to look forward to seeing you?
no, that's not what I mean. I'm just saying like when you are having struggles, then you have those memories to like look back on. Like I'm not generally a sentimental person. Like I didn't grow up in a very sentimental household. And, like for our wedding, I wasn't really thinking about doing all that much for it or making that special. And one of my customers that I tattooed, he was very much in love with his wife. And I was working on him around the time that we were thinking about planning our wedding. And he really encouraged me to put that extra effort into making it special for us, making it memorable, making sure we had really good pictures of it to look back on. And he said, because that's like the legacy of your love. Like, don't do it.
Happy as you'll ever be.
No, he's just like, this is like the legacy or the reminder of your commitment to each other, of how much you care about each other.
This
and
is
it's
the
something
moment in time
for you to look back on and remember like why you're together through the hard times. And I really took his advice to heart because he really loved his wife. He was really dedicated. And unfortunately, she had recently gotten like stage 4 breast cancer, and she was very, very sick, and it didn't look very good for her, prognosis wise. And so to hear that from him, it really, like, that's kind of how I carried myself forward into the relationship, is that, there's a lot more tough times than like, we're arguing over who pays the Cox bill today, or who took out the trash. Those are like little things that you really shouldn't be arguing over. It should just be easy. Like, yeah, we're going to share this, or I'm the trash and you're the dishes, and then, we're good. Like, don't let those little things be the make or break in the relationship, because there's bigger tests along the road, than the bullshit.
Wow.
100%.
Wow, especially with having a little Nino. I'm sure it changes it
Nina.
another level. Nina.
She is the CEO of the Abel family.
I imagine.
COO.
Issa was telling me that she sleeps
Yeah.
like this in between it.
Oh,
you get a king size bed.
We call it H's for hell. Because she'll be like, her head's against him and her feet are against me.
So each of you
Like a
have
little
like a
H?
sliver at the end of the bed.
Yes,
She's like in the middle.
100%.
And if one of us moves, she'll feel it.
Oh yeah, and then
God.
she gets mad. Like, especially if it's on my end where her feet are a little more sensitive. She like wiggles her little toes when I'm trying to get away. She knows it's like her sensors, and then she's like, "Where are you going, Mommy?"
Hit the devil voice.
Why?
Mommy. Yeah.
Just do it. Yeah.
You will never have fun again by yourselves without me.
We think about it.
peace.
We're like, we could
You don't
probably.
get to poop in peace.
You will never poop in peace again.
Never.
I will watch everything you do and then do it.
She used to just hang out with me in the bathroom when I would use it. Now she like screams at me for her mirror. Are you done yet? No, I'm not
I
done
like
yet.
the sound.
Are you done yet? No, I'm not done yet. But are you done yet now? It's
Oh,
like,
God.
it will last the whole time.
You
Like,
see little fingers underneath the door. Like a
She'll
cat.
do that.
oh
yeah.
no, she's old enough now. She can just open the door. She don't have to do it under the
Yeah,
door
yeah.
anymore. That's like when they're 2 and they haven't quite gotten the dexterity to turn handles yet.
Wow.
Now she's
That
like
crazy?
full Velociraptor in Jurassic Park. Like, she's like,
Wow.
You and Issa are like, if you don't move, she can't see you.
She can't see you.
Not sure. She sees
Do you guys plan on
Yeah.
having more babies?
She goes quiet. We don't know.
We don't know.
We want to. We're
Yeah.
open to adoption as well. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
We'll see.
That's
We have,
like that's like running a marathon.
So many
and it's saying-
ventures, like business and
Yeah.
travel
Mm-hmm.
and other things that we want to do, and we're like,
Makes it more
Yeah.
difficult.
makes
It
it more
does.
It
difficult.
would be like
We'll see.
running an ultra marathon, and then like a couple days later, it'd be like, you want to run another ultra marathon?
Calm down, David Goggins.
Yeah, who do you think I am, David Goggins over here?
Well, plus too, it's
a lot of
like,
work.
you know, if you're spending all of your time doing these business ventures, traveling, having an older child that has much different needs than a younger child does, you know, or even if you have two younger children, you know, no two kids are alike and they need so much. Like Mario understands.
Hammy does.
Because he's got a baby. And the older they
Bubba.
get, it's like the more they seem to need. You know, it gets more complicated and involved as they get older, which is great. It's super fun, but it's like then you're like, I'm spending so much time with this one. Now I'm gonna have to divide it between two. Like I feel like now,
It's
like
hard.
you know, they're gonna get less, and like I don't want to give them less, but I can't give more than I'm already giving. Like I'm already giving so much to this one.
I think there's is some like okayness to like giving a little bit less. Like no, and I
Tell
say
that
like,
to your toddler.
well, like I love my mom. She's the most like she's an absolute angel of a woman. Like she's the reason that I have like goodness thriving through me. She's the reason that like I was, you know,
Because your dad's over here clotheslining people.
Shut up, Jimmy.
Yeah, and he was doing worse than that when I was a baby. So like my mom is the absolute reason, and she like decided when I was a young age, and she was a single mom to like go get to work and make sure that she could make something for us, and like she is like a beautiful light that shines through me. But also, she could have had and maybe should have had fucking 10 children, and she has enough love for all of them for sure, and it would have spread the attention a little bit around like a little bit better. And like, don't get me wrong, I love it. I love talking to her about everything. But like, actually, as a young man, especially, like, I didn't want to talk to her about my personal life, and it probably hurt her a lot. And if she could have had multiple kids to like talk about and you know really get into just really what's going on, I think that would have probably been better for her and better for me too, because then she you know would have had that outlet when I couldn't be that for her. I didn't want to, you know.
I understand.
Yeah.
There's some things that are just don't come naturally to you that you want to give to other people, but you're like, it's not me.
Yeah, I mean, talking
Yeah.
about like relationships and personal life and stuff. Like,
Yeah, I'm not
I mean,
big on that either.
yeah, I mean, especially just with my mom. I mean, I just didn't want to struggles really anything. I mean, there's certain instances within my life, like we definitely talked about it, and she's been super helpful anytime I have talked. But most of the time, I'm any like crazy stress, I would like you
You're
know,
just independent.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I would just try find a way to deal with it by myself, and you know, try to just grow by myself. Typically,
Are you only child?
so biologically an only child, and then my dad married a woman when I was 5, and she had 2 kids. And so I have a brother and sister, but
Brother and
they're
sister.
technically not a biological brother and sister. But you know, we grew up from I was 5, Des was 3, Trey was 1. I consider them a real
pretty
brother
good.
and
That's
sister.
like-
yeah.
But they
Right
came from your
there.
dad, right? Oh,
No,
okay.
they were already.
They came already.
Yeah, yeah. When
From
he
a
got.
previous relationship.
Yes, exactly.
So I had the opposite experience. Like I didn't really have a very close relationship with my parents, you know, like I would have liked to have like the relationship I have with my daughter. And so for me, like that was something I always wanted more of. And since I wasn't getting that, now that I can give it to my daughter, it's like I do worry if I have another one that I don't have enough
Gonna do it
energy
enough.
to
Yeah.
do that unless I was like a full-time like stay-at-home mom and that's like all I'm doing. But
Wow.
that's not like in the cards. So
I don't think that is a concern. I think that like you're such a loving person in general. You're never gonna like not be able to give her enough love.
Yeah.
You know, if anything, you know, make sure you don't overcorrect on that. Like, you know, I didn't get enough attention, and now I become a helicopter parent over
Oh,
my
yeah.
kid. You
I'm
know,
a
there-
helicopter
there's-
parent.
I
There's a
gotta
real
check
opportunity.
myself. Well, you're the safety helicopter parent, which
I'm the
she's picked
safety
up on.
inspector.
She made us buy a fire extinguisher today.
Oh, really?
No, 100%.
Do we have a fire extinguisher?
No, she literally legit. She's
I
been-
don't even know how to say extinguisher. Extinguisher.
Yeah.
and she
we
says
need
it
button.
perfectly. She's like, "Daddy, Mommy, do we have a fire extinguisher in the house?"
I'm like, no, we don't. I'm like, do you want me to get this one on Amazon? She's like, that one's perfect.
Yes, we need one in case there's a fire.
Is she the
it's
only
the most
smart one in the house?
Yes.
She's like, we should get locks for the doors.
I'm not, yeah.
We should get
No,
security
like
cameras.
her favorite like cartoons to watch are the ones about like stranger dangers, fire safety, like street safety.
Maybe that's
Paranoid
just
little
the
bitch.
4-year-old version
Yeah.
of like how all women are into like murder documentaries.
No, 100%. That's like that's her early like you know
Yeah,
the
into
gateway
that.
drug.
She's like, Daddy, the engine light has been on for a month. all right.
Change the oil.
The Ring camera battery is low.
You said you check the oil all the time at work. Why don't you do it at
Which
home?
is funny because I'm like the least safety conscious person in the family, and like he's pretty like safety conscious. Like believe it or not,
Dude, like if
No.
there's a cliff, like Margaret doesn't even look. She just like sprints and jumps off of it.
no,
No, I believe it because when we drive to California together on the 75 mile an hour highways, Issa's driving 60 in the right lane. the
You know
whole
what?
way.
How do I have 9 tickets?
Yeah, I gotta say,
And
this
they're
is one
all
of the safest
going
drivers.
to California and coming back from
how many
California.
times have you been in the car with me when I get pulled over for going 5 to 10 over and I get a ticket? How many times?
Too many.
And I've done absurd speeds in cars and my motorcycle, and
White privilege.
they don't know that when you're just,
Hey, check it out.
they don't know when
One
you're just in the car.
I don't know how they know.
Yeah.
I don't know how they know. One time, within an hour, I got 2 tickets.
Yep. That
One was
coming-
going 7 over.
The other was for
Wow.
being.
One was going
7 over
for
is
11
crazy.
over, and that's racist too.
7 over is crazy.
It was coming back from Sholo to Phoenix.
Wow.
And like the one guy pulled us over
7?
because he's like, I know you were speeding because you were keeping pace with me and I was 15 miles over.
What?
We're like, you motherfucker. And then he started talking about how he was mowing this old lady's lawn.
He's trying to make us
Shut
feel
up.
good. Yeah. He's
About
like, I'm
who
a
he is
good
as a
guy.
person.
I'm a good guy.
No, you're not.
Mowing this old lady's lawn.
Oh, no, he was banging her. That's what he meant by that.
It's like how we were talking.
I've done
Probably.
that tattoo.
It's like
the
how.
little stick figure with the lawnmower and the pubes.
Oh, no,
my
gross.
God. The tackiest fucking thing ever. I'm so glad that went out of style.
That cop is
So
like.
glad you don't tattoo
That
buttholes and
And
pubes
the Playboy
anymore.
bunny and the fucking mustache.
Oh, on the finger. I still like that. Honestly, that's kind of cool.
I want. You want to get matching mustache tattoos on our fingers?
On the finger? Yeah, we can do that.
You gotta
No.
get somebody else to do
I'm
it.
not shaking on that.
No, you're
You
not
gotta get somebody
allowed.
else to do it.
I ain't doing it. I'm not
Couple
doing
more
it.
twisted
You're not
tees.
allowed.
Issa will be right
Couple
in
more
there.
twisted.
She won't give
Margaret
me the
will
Mike
whip out the
Tyson
tattoo
tattoo.
gun.
I want it so
No.
bad.
If Issa gets enough drinks, he will do the piercing on his prolapse butthole.
Gosh.
How many drinks is that?
How many drinks have you had?
I'm probably 2 away from a butthole piercing.
Oh gosh.
2 away from. I
You
don't
guys
think
gotta stop bringing up
I don't
buttholes.
even think
Never gonna
there's-
invite me back.
is such a thing as a butthole piercing. I
Oh,
mean,
well.
I've never heard of it.
We'll figure it out.
I mean, they do
it
a lot of
seems like
weird
not-
genital piercing, but I've never heard of a butthole
I
piercing.
don't think so.
That sounds painful.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, what would even be the point? Most of
hemorrhoid.
them are to
You
like.
would get infected.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Yeah, you poop through
that
it.
comes
all
out of
the
your
time.
butthole.
Imagine if you ever got like a little
Hemorrhoid?
hemorrhoid
No,
down there.
it doesn't happen. No
Then
way.
you pierce the
What if the
hemorrhoid.
piercing gave you a hemorrhoid?
Oh, all right.
You start slapping the table.
That was a perfect timing, though.
It's perfect though. It's psychic. I have a
time is
haunted
it?
stencil machine.
It's time.
It's-
7:30.
Mario.
We ended it.
Can you like
It's time.
finish the podcast with like doing like a ring announcer type of like?
Or just do one little one-liner.
Yeah,
You're
stupid.
usually full of one-liners. I don't think you've hit one.
He's
I'm
usually full of
disappointed in
shit.
you.
He's feeling
to be
chill
honest.
tonight. He's channeling his dad energy.
Yeah, I'm trying
He's
to
ready.
chill.
He's ready to talk to his kid.
He's like, Helion's gonna see this in 10 years.
He's gonna be like,
Helion?
my dad
Is that his
really
name?
Like Helion.
Helion?
Helion.
You don't know his
Helion.
baby's name.
You don't know my baby's name, bro.
It's Helion.
Helion?
Helion, yeah.
Huh, what's that mean?
A stupid name.
It's like
Oh. I never
No,
heard.
I love Helion. I love him. I love him more than Mario. It's kind of weird.
What's
It's a cute little baby.
what's
And I've
that
only
mean?
known him for 7 months.
Where's that from?
well, Helios.
Sun god.
Helio Gracie?
Helio Gracie. Helios means the sun. Helio means sun in Portuguese, I think. But that, and then it spells he lion, and his first name is Theodore. His middle name is Helion.
His first name's Theodore? Wow.
So he's the lion.
Does he
You
wear
know-
like a little glasses, like a little one with a little chain on it? And he puts it in the back?
Wow. To be honest, I swear I've said before that I would name like a boy Theodore because like you could call him like Theo or Thor for short.
Theo.
And then like
Can I
Theodore
call him
when he's
Thor?
like in trouble.
No.
I'll ask him next time I see him.
Yeah. We'll just start calling him that. I bet you'll start going by it.
Hey, Thor.
I mean, you could. All right.
Anyways,
well.
Shane Gillis is waiting for us, that little fucker.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Me
Well,
too.
I'm excited too. I haven't been to a comedy club. I think the last time we saw a comedy show was what's his name?
Doug Benson.
Doug Benson.
Oh, Shane's gonna knock that out of the fucking park.
Doug Benson is got his own crowd. Like
Yeah.
it's like a cult following.
Did
And
I
I
go
was
with
into
you?
it
There
for
were
a minute.
people on with posters on the stage. It was it was
No, Doug
Crazy.
Benson's good.
yeah no
Oh, is he good?
live. I would
Shane
say
Gillis is
better.
better.
I would say
Shane Gillis.
live.
I
He's
don't know the
better
guy.
than like
Getting Doug with High is the name of his podcast.
I don't know the guy, but all I know is I went to Shane last year. It was the funniest hour I've ever seen in my life.
Nice.
Oh, Shane
It
Gillis
was
is funny.
hilarious. He's a really funny
Mario
guy.
will never know.
And the reason actually I picked the second
him
show
all the
this
time.
because
this
he's not coming.
the reason I actually picked the second show this time is because apparently like comics say they do better on the second show because they're warmed up. They've been through it once on the night. They've got it going already. You know. All right. So thank you guys for coming out.
Yes.
I really
Gracias
appreciate
para
it.
podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, next time, thanks, guys. Relax. Anyways, have a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We need some.
Which one's the music?
Music. Well, it's not a good music though.
No,
Hey, wait,
it's
how about
perfect.
this one?
It's perfect.
Hold on.
Penis.
What?
It did.
That's all it said?
Penis.
Penis.
It's actually you can record sounds on this one, so that one I accidentally recorded.
That when you accidentally, it sounded pretty intentional.
I mean, I meant to say penis, but I,
You meant
hey Mario,
butthole.
fuck you.
It was not an
Hey, fuck you, Mario.
Hey, we talked about a lot of buttholes tonight.
Aw, there's a kitty cat under here.
Okay.
Later.
Well, thank you guys.
So
Ooh.
cute.
Yeah, the only, you don't even have to remove Alex Baker.